Alrighty, and welcome back to session 4, the final session here of our 2023 Victorian Open Short Course Championships. I've got Carly here and Chelsea. Welcome along, guys.
Hi, it's good to be back, isn't it, Carly?
So good to be back here today. I'm excited for some finals tonight.
Absolutely. And Tim, you've been here yesterday, last night, with some finals.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
It was good. We had some good racing there. Had a couple of young 12-year-olds go really well. And hopefully we'll see some good racing tonight. And we finish off with a bit of fun with the 4x1 freestyle relays. So it's always a good way to finish the meet with a bit of relays. So it's a good team bonding experience.
Relays are a lot of fun to watch, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly right. It's the best part of the night normally for the swimmers, actually, is the relays.
And Carlia, working in a team with the relays, it's good to see for all our swimmers, isn't it?
Absolutely. I know that the whole groups get on board and really cheer and support, and you can hear the whole crowd just going crazy, and I love the atmosphere of the relays, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
And the atmosphere is already starting off to be a lot of fun already. We've got ABBA, Dancing Queen, in the background here. You might be able to, chime in a little bit on that one. And our swimmers are just starting to prepare behind the blocks. First up, we have event 44, which is the mixed 200-metre short course freestyle relay for our able and para bods.
Yeah, it should be looking through the program as well, like a couple of events to watch out for. The men's 200 freestyle, the women's 50 freestyle also should be a good one to watch. Also, a couple of names that we watched yesterday. We saw Kira Jeffs in the girls' 12-year-old age group dominating, and in the boys we had Harry McCraw. So they're probably two names to watch out in the program in the 12-year-old age group.
Yeah, absolutely standout performances. Kira breaking a Victorian record yesterday, super exciting, and Harry just absolutely dominating throughout the whole day. Big, heavy program. You didn't really miss him from an event. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was, maybe I might be wrong, but I think he raced up at the age short course states up in Queensland 2 weeks ago, it might have been, or maybe it was last week, and I think he came home with a lot of medals there as well. So he's had a big couple of weeks, has young Harry, but he's definitely on the up. I believe he trains under Matt Belgiovanni at Camberwell.
And so, before we kick this session off, this is our final session for the weekend, what do you think you've got to bring to short course, Tim, that, you have to leave behind in the long course?
Well, I think it's always about the turns, isn't it, Carlia? It's always about having really good turns, being hard into the wall, like hit the wall hard so you should come off it faster. And often short course, it's not the fastest swimmer, it's actually the best skills swimmers are the ones who
absolutely
excel.
Short course is really about executing all your skills and maintaining that composure under fatigue and pressure of racing. So coming into races, these athletes are looking at really nailing starts, underwaters, all your breakouts and transitions into strokes, and if that all comes together well, hopefully they do a good time. Yeah.
So Carl, you've coached as well at a pretty high level with these sort of athletes. So short course season, what are you sort of looking at into training? Are you guys tapering for this sort of meet? Would you train them through? What would you be doing?
I think you'll find a lot of clubs at this comp have two sort of athletes racing. So you've got those who are open age group. This is one of their main events for the season. They're looking to get those qualifying times for national short course. So they'll be tapered and prepared. You've also got those age group athletes who are having a go, really trying to get out there and mix it with the older guys and see how they go. They've got age short course in 2 weeks, so I'm imagining for a lot of those athletes, this is a bit of a hit out, see where their skills are at, go back to their coaches, reassess and get ready for those age states in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's rather strange. Like the last few years we've always had opens after age, so it means that age guys had a second chance to do it opens, but now we've switched it back around, so opens is before the age short course. So interesting.
Yeah, I think it's definitely had an effect on who's swimming here. I know a lot of age groupers who have made that main focus, age states, have decided to give this one a miss. So yeah, it's definitely changed who's racing and the kind of performances we're seeing here.
Definitely. It was a busy morning this morning. There was a few relays as well, I believe, this morning, which is a great way for the kids to finish. So hope for the same tonight.
Yeah, yesterday morning as well, those 12-year-old relays just went absolutely nuts. The kids are getting so excited. A lot of the performances in those relays, you notice, are faster times than these kids are swimming in their individual events.
And Carlia, it was only last week that you went to the country short course champs. How was that?
Yeah, that was super exciting. Always such a great atmosphere up at country championships. I love going back. I used to be a country athlete myself, so it's always good to see what's happening out there and keep an eye on those kids.
Absolutely, and now they're coming to the big smoke here. We're at MSAC, and it's a stunning day here in Melbourne. We're very lucky, and it's a little bit hot and humid in the pool today, but that's normal. What do you think they've been focusing on in their warm-ups on the other side of the pool?
Yeah, I mean, being day 2, today's definitely about recovery. So I think for a lot of the athletes, really, there was quite a short break today. So their biggest focus would be finishing their heat swims this morning, resetting their brain, resetting their body, and getting ready to race hard and fast tonight.
And as a coach, what would you be telling your athlete to be able to, you know, soak that all in and to make the most of their recovery?
Definitely, there's a few different things the coaches will be doing. So obviously, number 1 is making sure they've done their swim down. Some of these athletes do like a chat. So sending them to swim down pool straight away and making sure they stay on course for what they're doing. But the other main thing is just making sure they actually rest. So taking that time in between sessions to chill out, reset, refocus. That's going to be the main thing. And refuel is huge too. So making sure they're staying hydrated. It is hot and humid. That's going to be super important for these guys.
And I'm sure all the parents know who those swimmers are out there that keep...
The Day 2 finals of the 2023 Victorian Open Short Course Championships. Can you please join me in welcoming our technical official?
Your referee for the male events, Jerry Voss. Your referee for the female events, Jackie Madden. Your starter for this evening, Sandra Rogerson. And your technical director, Miss Sally Whitehouse. Thank you, everybody. Our first event on the program for tonight is our mixed 4x50 freestyle able-bodied and para relay.
All right, so in lane 3, we've got Geelong. Lane 4, Flyers. 5, Ballarat. 6, Caulfield. 7, Geelong. And 8, Naya Tubays / Swan Hill. So a nice bunch of our regional swimmers. And a couple of waves up to the crowd, which is also nice to see. We've got a lot of supporters up here in the stands today, ready to watch their swimmers and their loved ones perform. And I just saw our first swimmer from Geelong. Must give those pointing fingers ready to go. They're just waiting for their call to head up onto the blocks. And here we go, our first race of our final session.
So this is one of our sort of newer events that's been entered into the program. I think over the last 6 or 7 months, it was at Open Long Course back in February, which is sort of almost like a handicapped, able-bodied relay. So you have 2 swimmers from our sort of Paralympics, and then you have 2 swimmers from the able-body, or sorry, I should say multi-class, competing together. So it's a great sort of inclusion event. You get sort of guys from the multi-class and the able-body all together.
Yeah, it's really nice to give those multi-class athletes and para-athletes the opportunity to participate in these relays. I know they're really excited about it, and the able-bodied guys love to be a part of it too because it's so fun.
Yeah, I think any time you get the chance to do a relay, you do it. There's not many athletes that I know that haven't enjoyed doing relays over the years. So at the moment, if you're watching on the TV, it might look a bit confusing because we've got swimmers coming from left.
Now in the water, lane 3 is Geelong Swimming Club Team B. In lane 4, Flyers Swim Team. In lane 5, Ballarat Gold Swimming Club. In lane 6, Caulfield Aquatics. In lane 7, Geelong Swimming Club Team A. And in lane 8, Naya Tubays Swan Hill.
And Geelong is off to a cracking start as well as Naya Tubays in lane 8. And it's a fantastic race to be able to have. What teamwork to be able to bring both our able and para swimmers all together for a great race. And our first one for this evening. Lots of transitions just here with our swimmers diving in.
I think you'll see as well a few lead changes in this sort of handicap because it's all time-based off the entry times that these teams have set, and what you would have seen as well as an official behind the block telling them when each swimmer is allowed to leave. And what we're hoping for is in a fast and close finish.
And our final swimmers stepping up onto the block here for those final legs. And that was in lane 5, Ballarat Gold taking off with their final swimmer. We've got Geelong in lane 3 as well, be the one to watch just here. 4 is catching up here, Flyers, and be watching Ballarat Gold in 5 as well.
Geelong 1 and 2 here. Oh, sorry, it's the Flyers, but it looks like it's a Geelong cap there in lane 4. Who's going to come over the top for the win? Now, I think our scoreboard might be a bit wrong there because that was Geelong that took that out.
Yeah, I believe they might be having a bit of a technical difficulty on the board there. A few different clubs in the lanes. But yeah, I believe that was Geelong Swimming Club taking home first place. Flyers look to be in second, and I believe Geelong in third as well.
And so we're just setting those backstroke ledges up on the blocks just there. Because coming up, event 45, our mixed 200-metre relay. And so it's 4 times 50 legs just here. Big smiles up to the balconies above. Taking a photo to share later on, I'm sure. Big thumbs up. And they are getting ready and raring to go. So Kalia, if you were going to be doing a leg in the medley, what leg would you be doing?
Currently, probably anything except butterfly, but back in the day, most likely the fly leg or the freestyle leg. I do love an anchor swim, as I'm sure a lot of these guys set their goal to be that last swimmer.
Now, I believe we've got 2 heats of this one. So just remember for the guys watching at home that this first heat's all about posting a time. It's to see whether any of these guys in heat 1 can crack into heat... No.
The mixed 4x50 medley relay, heat 1. In lane 1, PLC Aquatic A. In lane 2, Yarra Plenty Waves A. In lane 3, Flyers Swim Team A. In lane 4, MLC Aquatic B. In lane 5, Melton Swimming Club A. In lane 6, Melton Team B. In lane 7, Furbank Aquastars A. And in lane 8, Swimland Team A.
And MLC Aquatic is off to a flying start thanks to our backstroke athlete who came out first.
Well, yeah, it's really good. These two is like great to see MLC out here attacking in heat 1 because if they can post a really good time, they can still snag a medal, and you don't know. So it all depends on how fast heat 2 can go. But at this stage, it looks like no one is going to catch MLC here.
Yeah, and halfway through the race, 56.08, looking good. Behind them in lane 5 is Melton. And then Swimland in lane 8, currently the 3 leaders. Not too far behind though. Be looking at lane 1, PLC is up next. But MLC in control right now. That's some beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, that's a really nice technical fly. If it looks easy and fast, that's a real great skill to have.
And so it looks like MLC are going to take out heat 1 pretty comfortably. Melton in second. And there's a good battle on the third, but it looks over there might be Yarra Plenty in lane 2. But pushing them alongside over there is actually in lane 1 is PLC 2. But MLC going to come in here and take out heat 1. Let's see the time.
Melton with a really good last 50 there, making up a bit of ground.
Yeah, so MLC 150.47. So that's the time that heat 2 have to now try and beat.
Also great to see such depth in our teams, with a few clubs posting A and B teams into this event.
So that was Melton just there setting their time. 150 the mark to beat here at the moment for our second heat, as they're prepping getting up on the blocks. And 2 female swimmers here for our first leg.
Yeah, it's always an interesting strategy how we set up these mixed medley teams. Most of the teams opting to have their male swimmer complete the backstroke stroke. Generally the strategy with that is trying to get a bit of a lead, so you're not swimming in that drag of the other athletes.
It's really funny, short course too, is that
In the water now is heat 2 of event 45. In lane 0, Western Melbourne Propulsion A. In lane 1, Nunawading Swimming Club B. In lane 2, Melbourne Vic Centre B. In lane 3, Surrey Park Swimming Club A. In lane 4, Nunawading Team A. In lane 5, Melbourne Vic Centre A. In lane 6, MLC Aquatic A. Lane 7, Ivanhoe Swim Team A. In lane 8, Surrey Park Swimming Team B. And in lane 9, Melbourne Swimming Club A.
I was going to say, it's really good to watch too when you get these big guys and fast guys in, how much splash and how many waves are actually in the pool. And if you're caught in that splash as you're coming into the wall, it can hit you pretty hard.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting for a lot of our athletes watching the World Championships recently. A lot of our swimmers seem to sit on that wake, on that second lap, and really use it.
Yeah, you ride the wave. Because some of these guys are so powerful and strong, the wake that they create off their kick is a lot. So it's like, you know, behind a boat.
But I am loving this at the moment. It's lane 3, Surrey Park, and lane 5, Melbourne Vic Centre. Neck and neck, stroke by stroke. Oh, and there is lane number 2 as well. Vic Centre, again, with the butterfly, they are off to their final leg.
It's also really important in these relays is to nail those changeovers. You really want to be moving on the blocks as that swimmer comes in with those hands about to touch the wall, and you should almost be off the block as they touch. Not off, but close to that point.
Yeah, definitely. These swimmers trying to make sure they get off as quickly as possible and make it a safe changeover.
And it looks like MLC's going to come through and take out heat 2. Yes, they do. 1:45.98. There you go. So there's your first. Vic Centre in second and Nunawading in third.
What an exciting race to kick us off.
Yeah, so it looks like that was Toby McCormish there coming home over the top for MLC. I've seen him do that a few times in a few relays. The long man, Toby.
Yes, these MLC athletes definitely like an exciting race.
They do. And so move on to a really good event to watch. I think it's one of everyone's favourites is always a 200 freestyle. I think it's really good too is a lot of swimmers who don't even do freestyle do this event because a lot of their training is based around the 200.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like a 200 freestyle short course. It's one of those events, it's not quite a sprint, but it's not quite distance. So you see a lot of different strategies coming into it and a lot of different athletes. So you've got those 100-metre swimmers who are pushing out to
Introducing
the
the
200.
finalists for event 46, the men's 200-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Nicholas Stupes. In lane 1, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jackett-Simpson. In lane 2, representing Surrey Park, Oliver McKenzie. In lane 3, also from Surrey Park, Tannen Kersedam. In lane 4, representing Cheltenham, Liam Malloy. In lane 5, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Silas Harris. In lane 6, representing Terrelgan, Ashley Nichols. In lane 7, from Nunawading Swimming, Nicholas Wu. In lane 8, representing Surrey Park, George Huang. And in lane 9, from Nunawading, Riley Mitchell.
So as you were saying, Carly, that a lot of athletes who swim the 400 come down to swim the 200. A lot of guys who swim up from the 100 to the 200. But you've also got a lot of athletes who might be doing like a 4 IM or a 2 IM or a 2 breast or a 2 fly who do a lot of training in 200 freestyle too. So they can actually be quite good at this event as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely
the everyman
working
event.
that threshold zone,
Yeah.
and these aerobic athletes, they love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of athletes do a lot of work, especially if you're a butterflyer or a breaststroker, for instance. You can't be doing multiple 200s in training of breaststroke and butterfly, so you have to do a lot of substitute work in freestyle.
Yeah, not only is that really challenging on an athlete's body, but also just on the mind. I think those guys really enjoy being able to change it up, and this event's great for that.
Freshens them up, doesn't it? It's funny too, I feel like the short course 200 freestyle is a totally different event to a 200 long course. Like completely different. The times are also hugely different. If you look at the times here from the short course versus what their times are long course, it can be about 6 seconds sometimes, 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Those walls make a huge difference to the race, especially if you can absolutely nail them and get those great underwaters. It's going to make a massive difference to your time.
Now I believe we have another delay. Death, taxes and delays at MSAC.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us while we rectify what is showing on the board.
So, Kalia, some of these athletes here tonight might be medaling for the very first time. What does that mean, getting an open medal to some of these athletes?
Yeah, I think it's a really important step in the journey. I know for a lot of these guys, they're definitely looking towards national medals and making teams for some of them. But this is one of those things it's great to tick off the bucket list, and it's definitely everyone's goal is to leave the pool tonight with one of those around the neck.
Absolutely. And so if it's not gold, what does silver and bronze teach them?
Again, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us during this short delay. Apologies.
So I think every athlete after their race is obviously going to go and speak to their coach, and if you come out with one of those silver or bronze medals, it's what do I need to do to make my time faster to make sure this doesn't happen next time. So they'll go over it, whether it was their pacing was off or just not nailing those skills, what they can do better, see if they can go back to that training pool and come back with the gold one next year.
And in your experience, most of the time, do the athletes already know what it is? Or is the coach in a lot more guidance in that coaching position?
I think you definitely have a few different kinds of athletes. I know in my experience, we love the ones that come back and can straight away, they know exactly where they went wrong and they tell us, and we just sit there and nod and say, yes, yep, and then go back and do it. But you also get the ones that come back and they look at you blankly and they're not quite sure what went wrong. And that's where the coaches are so important to come back. And great having the live stream too now, that the athletes can go back and they can watch it themselves and see some of those things that their coach might have been telling them for the last 3 weeks at training.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine just 20 years ago, you're just taking everyone's word for it, right? A few snapshots to look at your form. But, it is an exciting time here. And with this kind of weight, what do you think is going through the mind of our athletes here? We've got, the first, it's our final heat round, 200 men's open fly. What does this kind of break in the program mean to the guys sitting there on the chairs?
Yeah, I think the good thing about this field at the moment is it's a lot of athletes who race quite frequently. For anything at the training level, we practice for these things happening. So they're ready if they need to get going, and so the timeline's running ahead, they're ready if the timeline's running behind. So you'll see a couple of these guys standing up, just trying to get the blood flowing and keep moving so that their heart rates stay up and they're ready to go when it is time to race. The other ones might be just sitting down, relaxing, making sure their nerves stay down and just composing themselves and really maintaining that energy level.
Yeah, you definitely need the pump up playlist just on the side in your bucket just there to plug in an extra tune to keep you in that race mode. But
yes.
It sounds like you have to be ready to adapt for everything, and it's great that that's been kept in mind. And thinking of adapting, this program was going to start an hour later, but moved an hour earlier even to start at not 5 o'clock but 4 o'clock, considering the FIFA Women's World Cup final on tonight with Spain and England. And We were all hoping it was going to be in the Matildas, but so this session's moved back so that everyone is able to, get access to that game. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, things like this can't be helped. They happen, unfortunately, every now and again. I saw recently at World Championships trials, we had a similar issue, technical difficulties before the men's backstroke. So for these guys, it shouldn't interrupt them too much. They should be able to keep themselves ready to go, and it looks like we're about to get underway. So men's 200 freestyle. Let's see what they've got.
Yep, here we go. So this 200 freestyle should be a good one to watch. And we'll see who actually goes out pretty hard. So the 200 free, you still want to have a bit in the back end, but you still got to be out quick and actually attack the first 50.
Yeah, we should see some differences in racing from these boys. You take the likes of Liam Malloy in lane 4. His training partner is Tommy Lane, who recently medalled at the Commonwealth Youth Games in the 1500. So he should have a pretty good back end. You can see him just sitting back and relaxing now.
Silas Harris as well. He's a good distance swimmer.
Yeah, 100%. So those guys will try and control this first half, and then you'll really see them lift in the second 100.
Yeah, and I think Silas competed at I think it was the Australia A team back in, might have been June, might have been before June, might have been May. So he's sort of on that cusp of trying to now make his first national team. That's his sort of next step. I had a good chat with him a couple of months ago about that, and he was sort of losing a bit of an idea of sight of where he was at, and I think that's really motivated him again to try and get to that next step.
Yeah, absolutely. These athletes, especially when you've been doing it for a few years, sometimes it's really challenging to set new goals. So a bit of a reset. Looks like it's done Silas the world of good. He's sitting comfortably in this race.
Really good.
Taking control through that second 50 and now the third.
You see too, Silas has that real sort of gallop stroke that a lot of these guys are doing now in that 200, where it's like you breathe on that as that hand enters, you breathe on that hand entering to that side.
Yeah, relying on that breath to keep the oxygen up and that powerful arm to keep moving whilst taking the breath. There are a lot more athletes tending to use this technique at the moment.
And we can see coming to the wall now, it is going to be Silas. This is going to be a really quick time. He's going to go under the 150, 148.1. And we have another 149 and 150. That's a very fast heat final, sorry, I should say. But a 148 and a 149. Good to see two guys under that 150 barrier. Yeah,
that 150 mark seems to be a challenge for a lot of athletes. So to get two boys under there tonight, that's a really, really nice swim. Well done.
And so next we've got our boys 12 years
Introducing the
under.
finalists for event 47, the boys 12-year-old 200-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Tom Hussey. In lane 1, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Yixin Jiang. In lane 2, representing MIS Swimming, Ethan Jihong Lee. In lane 3, from MLC Aquatic, Alfred Hahn. In lane 4, representing Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5, also from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In lane 7, representing Nunawading Swimming, Oscar Magalotti. In lane 7, representing Surrey Park, Lachlan Harris. In lane 8, from St Kevin's College, Hamish Davin. And in lane 9, representing Tiger Sharks, Noah Coulson.
Alrighty, so the boys 12-year-old 200-metre freestyle. And there's a name to look out for there is Harry McCraw in lane 4.
And right now, Hamish Davin in lane 8 has been off to a really good start, but hitting the wall at the first 25. It is going to be Harry McCaw, followed by Liam Paulson in lane 5, both from Camberwell Grammar. And Harry just stretching out in front here to nail this first 50.
I was going to say also, Harry's teammate, Liam Paulson's had a really good meet. He's sort of been coming second fiddle to Harry at this competition so far, and he's sitting in second. Also having a good swim is Oscar Magalotti. We've called his name a fair bit yesterday as well. So those three boys have seemed to be like some of the standouts of this 12-year-old age group.
Yeah, and it's a really exciting age group. I love seeing the 12-year-olds in the pool, both the girls and the guys, because it's just really showcasing the potential that they have.
So Harry out in a time of a 101.5. Very impressive for a 12-year-old in the first 100 here.
Yeah.
With quite a dominant lead.
It's also good he's gone out 101. He went 208 this morning, so he's giving himself every opportunity here to actually try and go faster than what he did this morning.
He also seems to be maintaining pace really well, so good sign that he's probably going to do a nice PB this evening.
You see, too, he's got quite long arms for someone of that age. And we'll see. He's starting to breathe twos, although he's starting to... Interesting, he's breathed twos and he's breathed threes. So that's probably something that he can work on in training, even he's like getting a bit more of that rhythm. He looks like he's starting to fatigue a little bit, which is natural. His teammate Liam Paulson's looking really good, though, in lane 5 as well.
Yeah, Oscar also making a bit of a move on that lap. Nice little battle on the other side of the pool as well. Looks like for 4th place.
2:07.1, very fast time there. And 2:10 from Liam Paulson in second. And third was Oscar Magalotti, 2:13. So the familiar names from yesterday.
Nice work to all of our boys out in the pool there just after that 200 freestyle
Medal
race.
presentation for event 44, the mixed 4x50 able-bodied and para relay. In third place and winners of the bronze medal, Geelong Swimming Club B. In second place and winners of the silver medal, Flyers Swim Team A. And in first place and winners of the gold medal in a time of 2:34.56 seconds, Geelong Swimming Club A. Medal presentation for event 45, the mixed 4x50 metre relay. In third place and winners of the bronze medal, Nunawading Swimming Club A. In second place and winners of the silver medal, Melbourne Vic Centre A. And in first place and winners of the gold medal in a time of 1:45.98 seconds, MLC Aquatic A. Medal presentation for event 46, the men's 200 metre freestyle. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Cheltenham Swimming, Liam Malloy. In second place and winner of the silver medal representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jacket Simpson. And in first place and winner of the gold medal representing Nunawading in a time of 1:48.14 seconds, Silas Harris. Introducing the finalists for event 48, the girls' 12-year-old 200 metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melton Swimming Club, Taylor Miller. In lane 1, from St Leonard's College, Mary Steele. In lane 2, representing Cheltenham Swimming, Madeline Harvey. In lane 3, from St Leonard's College, Lucy Marr. In lane 4, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Kira Jeffs. In lane 5, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tiffany Miette. In lane 6, representing Bayside Swimming, Octavia Marnie. In lane 7, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Elsa Wang. In lane 8, representing Essendon District, Megan Lee. And in lane 9, our first alternate from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Madeline Regalado Jones.
And so we move on from the boys, 200 freestyle down to the girls, and we'll wait till they get started here. We'll have a bit of a chat about them. And so we saw Kira Jeffs last night break an age record. And can she do the same here in this 200 freestyle? We'll see for how hard she went this morning, but she'll have to drop a fair bit of time.
She's a fabulous freestyler. Something to note is just her kick speed is so impressive and has been from such a young age. Even at about 9 years old, Kira was beating the 15, 16-year-olds at training in hundreds of kicks. So always something you keep an eye on. Posting a 57, I believe.
Yeah, it was
for
seriously
100
fast last
freestyle.
night.
So you'd think this 200 could be a pretty speedy time.
Yeah, it seems like she's got, which is great at that age too, is variety. She can do it multiple events and strokes, which I think is really important at the age of 12. You don't want to be trying to, find your 2 events at such a young age. You want to keep trialling different events because you may find at the age of 17, 18 it changes. and you do improve in one area more.
Especially with girls, you know, as they grow and develop, their strength definitely changes.
It does, and their shape changes sometimes
yeah,
as well.
so to make sure that they're having a bit of a medley approach to their training is also really helpful.
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Like, you don't want to be too rigid with the training at that age.
Yeah, keep it light, keep it fun. Those are the main things we look for as well.
And so, Lucy Mars
Attention
having a
everybody,
really good...
if anyone in the venue has music playing on a sound system, can they please turn it off? It's very distracting for the swimmers at the start. So can any music that is being played in the venue during the race please be turned off? Thank you.
And so you can see Kira Jeffs is now leading, and Lucy Mars having a really good swim there in lane 3, and she's in second place. We've got a great battle on though for third between Tiffany Myatt and Octavia Marnie. So those two are going to battle it out for that bronze medal, but it looks like it's going to be Kira Jeffs taking this one out.
Yeah, a little bit of a pickup in speed for Kira on this last lap. That kick's come in, strokes maintained really, really nicely, which is going to be a comment that her coach definitely makes. Good to see. And it's just outside that Victorian record of a 2:05.19.
Oh, it's pretty close.
Coming in at a 2:06, so certainly looks like she had a nice comfy heat swim this morning at a 2:13, but that's a great time.
Introducing your lone competitor for event 49, the men's 100 metre butterfly multi-class. In lane 4 from Oasis Otters, Calvin Tran.
And here's Calvin right here, getting up onto the blocks. And he's away. That is a nice start there with the entry dive.
Always super challenging swimming a race, especially on your own, but even if there's only a few people in your heat. So this is already going to be an awesome effort from Calvin.
Well, you have to motivate yourself, don't you? It's the time trial, even though it's the final here, but it's against yourself because you're the only one in the pool and all eyes are on you. It can be tough, but yeah, you've got to just keep on track, swim your own race. And here we go, that's 50 metres down, 34.16.
Off to a great start. His entry time is a 1:13 here, so setting himself up really nicely for this second 50.
And so Calvin, 24 years of age. He's from Oasis Otters Swimming Club. And I think if you're going to be swimming, you know, fly in a final, you're going to want to love your fly. And he's currently coming into his last 15 metres of the race here. Pushing hard towards the end. It was him against him all along. Long stretch out. 1:15.02. Couple of seconds over his entry time, but an amazing effort. Well done, Calvin Tran.
Medal presentation for event 47, the boys 12-year-old 200-metre freestyle. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Oscar Magalotti. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic in a time of 2:07.19 seconds, Harry McCraw. Introducing the finalists for event 51, the men's 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0, representing Ivanhoe Aquapower, Nicholas Highland. In lane 1, from Ivanhoe Aquapower, William Link. In lane 2, representing Bond Swimming Club, Joel Fraser. In lane 3, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Jack Morrow. In lane 4, also from Western Melbourne Propulsion, James McBride. In lane 5, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Will Sharp. In lane 6, from MLC Aquatic, Max Bosley. In lane 7, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Xavier Purcell. In lane 8, from MLC Aquatic, Brian Zeng. And in lane 9, we have our first alternate from MLC Aquatic, Joshua Witkowski.
And we're just fixing a backstroke ledge in lane 9 at the moment. That is for our first alternative, Josh Witkowski, who will be swimming in lane 9, flipping that around.
So I think it's always another event we like to watch is the 200 backstroke. We'll see a lot of swimmers who do the 100 back, also the 200 back. You'll see a lot of IMers do the 200 backstroke too. It's a popular event for them. Not that I was a distance swimmer or anything, but I know that when you're doing a lot of freestyle work, it is good sometimes to roll over onto your back and do some backstroke just to roll your shoulders out of the way. And a lot of those distance guys will do a 200 backstroke.
Yeah, when you're doing heavy distance freestyle loads and you're always putting a heavy focus on those pecs and that frontal rotation, it's nice to roll over and stretch out. I think for a lot of the guys it is used more as a recovery technique. But even in main sets during training, if you are feeling a bit of soreness, sometimes coaches will get them doing backstroke to replace that freestyle, so you're still getting the aerobic capacity work done. But
yeah, well, it's a very aerobic stroke. You know, you can sit on your back and still have your rate up, whatnot, and kicking similar to freestyle, so you can still keep that fitness up.
Well, you know what I'm really interested in? The turns, because we're in turn city here in short course, and it's a battle at the moment between lane 4 and 5. It's Will Sharp and James McBride, and Will just pips him at the halfway mark there, 58.59, 58.68. James just behind, neck and neck.
Yeah, it's always good to see guys in the 200 out under that minute, and these two boys are well under the minute that first 100 out in 58, so attacking that first 100 quite hard. Now we'll see who can hang on better. But you can see at the moment, James McBride probably has the better of the turns. He's going probably an extra 2 metres off each turn compared to Sharp. Now we've just lost our scoreboard. It's back. And I reckon that's the difference in why he's in front here at the 150 mark.
And we also have Joel Fraser from Bond over in lane 2. And then the catch-up, looking at the other side of the pool as well in lane 6, Max Bosley. In lane 7, we also have Xavier Purcell putting the pedal to the metal. But it is James McBride in lane 4.
Oh, Will Sharp is finishing really strong here. He's lifted his rate here, coming to the wall. It's going to be the touch. Oh, he gets... Where did Will Sharp just found an extra gear in the last 25? Lifted his rate completely. He maybe had to go a little bit earlier on that, and he might have taken him.
yeah, it looked to me that Will definitely had the faster backstroke stroke throughout that race.
Yeah, the rate.
Higher rating.
Yeah.
Really moving through the water well, but James McBride just on those underwaters.
Yeah, he got probably a metre or two off each wall further to get him.
has managed to hold on. At
Medal
the end there.
presentation for event 48, the girls' 12-year-old 200-metre freestyle. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Bayside Swimming Club, Octavia Marnie. In second place and winner of the silver medal from St Leonard's College, Lucy Ma. And in first place and winner of the gold medal representing Yarra Plenty Waves in a time of 2:06.40 seconds, Kira Jeffs. And medal presentation for event 49, the men's 100-metre butterfly multi-class, your gold medalist representing Oasis Otters in a time of 1:15.02 seconds, Calvin Tran. Introducing the finalists for event 52, the women's 100-metre backstroke. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Mia Holler. In lane 1, from Cheltenham Swimming Club, Gemma Holt. In lane 2, representing MLC Aquatic, Charlie Millard. In lane 3, also from MLC, Lily Kosh. In lane 4, representing DVE Aquatic, Semra Olawanyi. In lane 5, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Zyandi Chua. In lane 6, also from Nunawading, Abby Carney. In lane 7, representing Nunawading, Jessica Wilson. In lane 8, from St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. And in lane 9, from Yarra Plenty Waves, Amelia Chilaro.
All right, the 100 backstroke is underway.
A few girls sitting here on that 100 mark, so it'll be great to see if a couple of these ladies tonight can hit that 59 or under.
You can see, looks like leading us through there was Jessica Wilson in a 14.4, so out pretty fast, which is what you've got to be in 100 back.
Yeah, I know a lot of these girls are really working more towards that speed backstroke. Semra, heavy focus on sprints these days over at DVE while she's completing her year 12.
Yeah, so probably less volume, more power and speed. And then once she gets through year 12, you'd expect her to probably increase her work again.
Absolutely.
You can see Semra is looking really strong in this third 25. She's taking the lead now. And there you go, turns it a 45.17. So probably on track, probably not to go under that minute though. They're on track for about a 101, you'd think, maybe 100 high. But Zyandi Chua has
absolutely
lifted the
flying
rate.
Home.
To come in the wall,
come down.
To the touch.
Oh.
100.79 from Semra, so she does take it out there.
A
That's
little
what we
bit
expected.
faster than her heat this morning. Yeah.
High, that's what we sort of thought. You see the different tactics there, though. Zyandi Chua really likes to pick up that last 25 as Semra really attacked that third 25.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see differences in races and those different legs push each other
Introducing the
along.
finalists for event 53, the boys' 12-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Jamie Dong. In lane 1, also from Surrey Park, Ishaq Ismail. In lane 2, from Ivanhoe Aquapower, Ryan Altus. In lane 3, representing Caulfield Aquatics, Callum Otto. In lane 4, from Geelong Swimming Club, Kepler Snyders. In lane 5, representing Camberwell Grammar, Quinn Richards. In lane 6, from Surrey Park Swimming, Aston Wilson. In lane 7, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Charlie Warburton. In lane 8, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Arjun Chahal. And in lane 9, representing Northwest Aquatic, Jimmy Boer.
Alrighty, so the 200 breaststroke is underway. The under 12, the boys are 12-year-olds, and I feel like the 200 breaststroke's an event that it takes a bit of time to learn to do it well, because breaststroke's such a technical stroke, but also learning how to use your rate efficiently. You know, some of these guys you might watch may drop off for a 25, pick it back up, come back. Some might leave their run too late. Some go out really hard and can't hang on. It's an interesting one to watch.
And they're very much at that learning phase as well. Because in lane 6, Aston Wilson came out really well. He stayed underwater for quite a long time, and now it's pushed him out in front. But it is the push and the kick in the underwaters that's going to propel you, and that's, happening every 25 metres.
Yeah, you'll see too, a short course 200 breaststroke, you've got a split stroke of each wall. So these boys, even though they're only 12, they still are getting 6-7 metres off each wall, which is a huge advantage. You want to use that wall as free push-offs, and you've got a split stroke to use to your advantage. And you'll see some of these boys, as they fatigue, they may start to lose distance on their split stroke, or they may actually forget to do it as they fatigue.
And you might be looking at the centre of the pool, but be watching on the top side of your screen. Over in lane 1, we have Ishaq Ismail from Surrey.
Bit of a smoker over there, Chelsea.
Yeah, from Surrey Park.
So that's at the 100-metre mark. And after that, we've got about 4 boys under the 120 at the 100. That's a good sign. And we see that this morning we had times around that 250, 253. So going out under 120 gives these boys every opportunity to go maybe under 250 tonight.
And here's where the lift comes, or what the coaches are wanting the lift to be, right here, because the voices and the whistles have just upped the ante. It's still between now the 4 swimmers in the middle of the pool. We've got lane 1 Ishaq, we've got lane 4 Kepler, 5 Quinn, and 6 Ashton at the moment.
You can see that Kepler Schneider's had a really good third 50 there, so he was actually behind at the 50 and the 100-metre mark, but really put his head down in the third 50. He's hanging on, but the smoker over there in lane 1 and the boys in the middle are still pushing him.
Yeah, Kepi had a great weekend last weekend at Country Championships. Comes from a family of swimmers with his siblings competing for Geelong as well. They tend to be a bit more renowned for their longer distance races, so Zali loves an 8 and 1500. It's not really surprising to me that Kepi's having a really great last lap here and looks to be maybe taking out this.
Well, Quinn Richards is taking him all the way to the finish, and over there, Ishaq Ismail, he might get him on the wall.
Oh, great finish, boys.
So Kepler Schneiders took that one out, followed by Quinn Richards, and in third place was Ishaq Ismail. Now, the time is not correct on the board there, but it was around about a 2:45 low.
Yes.
I won't say the exact time because I'm not sure of it.
Very close.
But yeah, very close finish there between him and Quinn Richards.
Yeah, great race. Especially from Ishaq out in lane 1.
Yeah, the smoker there just put his head down and kept going. Couldn't see those other boys near him.
Medal presentation for event 51, the men's 200-metre backstroke. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Xavier Purcell. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Will Sharp. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion in a time of 1:59.26 seconds, James McBride. Medal presentation for event 52, the women's 100-metre backstroke. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Abby Carney. In second place and winner of the silver medal, also from Nunawading, Ziandi Chua. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing DVE Aquatic in a time of 1:00.79 seconds, Semra Olawanyi. Introducing the finalists for event 54, the girls' 12-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Maisie Graves. In lane 1, from Bayside Swimming Club, Kazia Lockwood. In lane 2, representing Terrelgan Swimming Club, Adelaide Ripper. In lane 3, from MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reid. In lane 4, representing Nunawading Swimming, Leona Low-Hermans. In lane 5, from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. In lane 6, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Ruby Wallace. In lane 7, from Ivanhoe Aquapower, Mia Mitchell. And in lane 8, representing St Leonard's College, Anastasia Trofimachina.
All right, here we go. It's the girls' turn. And they are off and racing just now. Fantastic start, lane 8, Anastasia. Middle of the pack, though, has caught up, and we're looking at lane 4, Leona, and lane 5, Arabella. So
Yeah, got some really close entry times coming into this final, so it'll be really interesting to see who comes away with this.
share a little bit with us about the weekend so far, Kalia. What have you seen in the pool so far from these swimmers?
Yeah, so in this race, Leona in lane 4 yesterday, a massive almost training run for her, competing in the open 100 breaststroke, followed by the next event, her own individual age group 100 breaststroke, and backed up her time, and I think she actually went faster in her individual, so very impressive young lady out there in lane 4.
Wowee, and we're only in the 12-year-old category just here. And we were talking about recovery a little bit earlier. That was where, you know, over the evening and this morning, some hardcore recovery.
Yes, I imagine she's definitely been having some nice swim downs and making sure that she gets ready for all of her swims.
And we've got Arabella in lane 5 from Geelong. And then over in lane 1, we've got Keisha Lockwood from Bayside.
Yeah, another great little swim from out in lane 1 here.
All right, Usher has come over. The PA just here. He is saying, let's go. And the crowd is pepping up with them as well. The coaches, the whistles have arrived. It is about that, you know, 3/4 mark is when it happens.
Absolutely. These girls are definitely starting to go now. You can see the field separating a little bit more, especially on this third 50.
And looking very strong, Leona, pushing out in front. Looking very focused, but still holding the same ground behind her at the moment. Arabella in lane 5. I would even say she's slightly gaining some ground there.
Yeah, she looks to be, as well as lane 3. Lucy Reid from MLC just had a fabulous 50 there, making up a little bit of ground on Kazia as well. So there could be a nice race for third on our hands here.
Yeah, Casey not giving up either, all the way over in lane 1. It is the final 25 metres. Let's go, girls. Leona turning it up.
Great underwater from Leona there as well, really making sure she utilises that split stroke.
And this is where it really counts if she's chasing time just here. Towards the wall, gets the touch, 2:46.18.
Big improvement from this morning's time of a 2:51.
And Arabella
5-second drop.
takes it in second, 2:49.62. Casey 2:50.74 over in lane 1. A fantastic swim by all these girls. You wouldn't believe they're only 12 years old.
Oh, it's so impressive to see. It's so nice to have our young athletes completing such great skills as well within a race, especially something like a 200 breaststroke, which is really
Introducing the
fatiguing.
finalists for event 55, the men's 50-metre butterfly. In lane 0, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, James McBride. In lane 1, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jacket Simpson. In lane 2, representing Camberwell Grammar, Jack Van Loon. In lane 3, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. In lane 4, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, James Ward. In lane 5, representing Bayside Swimming, Andrew Lorstein. In lane 6, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Johan Stickland. In lane 7, representing MLC Aquatic, James Luina. In lane 8, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Dante Negri. And in lane 9, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Will Laidlaw.
Oh, we love it. The big boys up in a 50 butterfly. Here, the slapping before they dive in here. Now, special mention here to the Olympian in lane 5, Andrew Lauderstein, aged 36 years young, and he's still getting up there and he's throwing down some monster times, doing one session a week by himself.
Wowee, and he is out in front at the halfway mark. It'll be over before you know it.
And look at his underwater there. Oh, though, James Ward got him off the turn. And I think James Ward's going to get him, though, as it come down. Oh, so Ward gets it there, followed by a big Lordo. And Mr. Stickland, I should say, in third to 24-1. How about those skills there from James Ward? He came off the turn and he beat Lordo. So that's a sign of some pretty good skills if you've beaten Lordo off the turn.
Absolutely. There was a lot of power coming from that pool just there. We just went from our 12-year-old girls to a 50-metre men's open
Medal presentation for event
butterfly
53,
Wow.
the boys' 12-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park Swimming, Ishak Ismail. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Kepler Snyders. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Camberwell Grammar in a time of 2:45.37 seconds, Quinn Richards. Medal presentation for event 54, the girls' 12-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Bayside Swimming Club, Kazia Lockwood. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Nunawading Swimming Club in a time of 2:46.18 seconds, Leona Lowe Hermans. Introducing the finalists for event 56, the women's 12 and over 400-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Dakota Mathers. In lane 1, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Domi Hart. In lane 2, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Natasha Coleman. In lane 3, from MLC Aquatic, Mackenzie Hunter. In lane 4, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Tamsin Cook. In lane 5, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Giselle Davey. In lane 6, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Kiralee Shepherd. In lane 7, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Catherine Boyle. In lane 8, representing Cheltenham Swimming, Greta Seville. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park, Tali Gant.
Alrighty, 400 freestyle underway here, Carla. It should be a really good race. Got some quality athletes in this one, including Olympian Tamsin Cook. You got Mackenzie Hunter, who smashed out the 800 with Kiralee Shepherd last night. So
yeah, Tamsin had a great 200 free yesterday, taking the win in that one.
And also Giselle Davey, who's a very good 200 freestyler.
Yeah,
up
it's
in the
almost like
400.
the pool split in half here. You've got your top half, which seem to be more of your distance swimmers. You've got a lot of girls who represented their clubs at National Open Water earlier this year. And then the other side of the pool seems to be those 200-metre swimmers who are pushing out to this 400 race. So as you can see, it's already looking a bit that way with the guys on this side out a bit faster and the distance guys just sitting back to begin with.
Yeah, and you can see Tamsin's really attacking this first 100. I know some coaches like to break down their 400 free, don't they, into sort of 4 100s.
Definitely, I think it's super important in short course to have some strategy of breakdown, not only for the actual race plan, but for counting your laps too.
Yeah, and I think also too, even though this is a middle distance to long distance race, these guys actually need to have a turn of speed, especially short course. Sometimes you might have to really kick hard into a wall and gain some momentum, or you might have to sprint to 25 to get back into the race, etc. Like, it's what you do see that quite often in short course.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to lose ground when it's short course. So all it takes is one bad turn and you can fall almost a metre behind. So it's important that they are building into these walls and making sure they hit really strongly and come off the wall, execute their dolphin kicks and get a wiggle on.
Yeah, I think too, the 400 freestyle's really changed since Arnie Ledecky and Summer McIntosh have come onto the scene the last few years. It used to be considered a long distance race, but now it's almost like a long sprint.
Yeah, 100%. And it's been so great within Australia to have such iconic athletes really pushing the boundaries on it. Arnie's swim, obviously, at Worlds was fabulous. And I'm sure that's definitely motivated a lot more girls to give this a crack and push
definitely
out to it.
Inspiring the next generation. But you can see at the moment, Tamsin's looking really strong there in lane 4.
Super commanding lead here already.
You'll notice too that she's still getting a good streamline off the wall, that little bit of a glide, which is just, it's a free wall, it's a free hit. You turn, you take that second to almost relax and reset, and then you get up and you go again. You'll see her in this turn here, just a nice glide, one kick, bang.
Yeah, we spoke yesterday briefly on how efficient Tamsin's stroke looks. It just looks easy always, which means she's getting great underwater hold and catch on the water to keep herself moving throughout.
You see, too, she hasn't brought the legs in too hard just yet either. So you probably expect to her in this last 100 to really start to bring the legs in.
Yeah, more and more now we're seeing athletes lift through that third 100. We have a real crack. It's a great race going on for second here. Greta Saville out in lane 8, another outside smoker.
Yeah, she's had a really good swim over here in lane 8, Greta. So the question for her is, can she hang on here in this last 100? All these girls in the middle now really start to push through.
Look, they're all definitely lifting. You can see those legs really come in strong, bring in the kick. A lot of strategies involve the second 100 maintaining rate and that third 100 bringing in a strong kick. You don't want to go too early with it and fatigue yourself, but you definitely don't want to be sitting back too far in time you run too late.
And so you see now, yeah, Tamsin is going to take this one out pretty comfortably. She's led from start to finish, but it's a battle on for second between Greta and Kira Lee. And you would have to say, still this stage in lane 3 there, Mackenzie Hunter's still a medal chance as well. As they come down the wall, it's going to be a good finish here. I think Greta's going to pick up
Greta
second.
Looks like she's going to pick up second here with a great swim.
She does.
6-second drop from this morning.
Wow, what a swim.
Working now at the moment under Kelly Stubbins down at Cheltenham. She looks pretty happy with that swim as well.
Introducing the finalists for event 57, the men's 50-metre freestyle multi-class. In lane 1, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Ahmed Kelly. In lane 2, from Oasis Otters, Athan Alexopoulos. In lane 3, from Western Aquatic Academy, Joshua Briggs. In lane 4, representing Warrnambool Swimming Club, Finn Ginley. In lane 5, from Revesby Workers, Caden Smith. In lane 6, representing Geelong, Ryan McGrain. And in lane 7, also from Geelong Swimming, Bradley Doolan.
And here go our men's 50-metre freestylers, our multi-class boys, and they're flying in the pool already. Such inspirational athletes. Want to give a shout out to one of our listeners at home, Laura Mack, Ryan McGrain's sister. But, you know, we've got Ahmed Kelly over in lane number 1, gold in the World Champs earlier this year, and a lot of our athletes been to Vinci, France for the Victor Sport Global Games as well. It's an exciting time for all of them, especially in lane 4 and 5 in the middle, Joshua and Finn. No, it is Fionn and Caden having that battle off just there. Fionn got there 28.49, Caden 29.12.
And they look to be some nice personal best swims from the boys over there, so well done, guys.
And then we've got Ahmed coming on into the wall just here, 51.87. There's some great times by all of our athletes in the pool just there. Well done.
Medal presentation for event 55, the men's 50-metre butterfly. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Johan Stickland. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Bayside Swimming Club, Andrew Lauterstein. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Melbourne Vic Centre in a time of 23.45 seconds, James Ward. Introducing the finalists for event 58, the women's 50-metre freestyle multi-class. In lane 0, representing MLC Aquatic, Ruby Halliday. In lane 1 from Flyers Swim Team, Kira Warwick. In lane 2, representing Caulfield Aquatics, Amber Stelling. In lane 3 from Naya Two Bays Swan Hill, Lisa Bale. In lane 4, representing Ballarat Gold, Anna Layton. In lane 5, also from Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. In lane 6, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. In lane 7, also from Geelong, Maddie Fox. And in lane 8, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Laura Stobie.
And here are the girls just now. It is their turn in the pool, our 50-metre freestyle multi-class athletes.
Splash and dash here for the girls, 50 freestyle.
And it's a great start by Lisa Bale and Anna Layton in lane 4 just there. Sarah Howe getting that turn first. And as we all know, it is depending on their classification for what time they get at the end for what results here tonight. But in lane 4, Anna Layton powering home. Sarah Howe keeping it close to her though. 31.52 for Anna and 32.32 for Sarah just there. Both from Ballarat Gold. And in third with hitting the wall, we've got Lisa Bale, 34.92. Congratulations to all our girls in the pool today. Great swim.
Medal presentation for event 56, the women's 13 and over 400 metre freestyle. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Kiralee Shepherd. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Cheltenham Swimming, Greta Seville. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Melbourne Vic Centre in a time of 4:11.06 seconds, Tamsin Cook. Introducing the finalists for event 59, the men's 200 metre individual medley. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Owen Walsam. In lane 1, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. In lane 2, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Tannen Kersedam. In lane 3, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Will Sharp. In lane 4, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Adam Selwood. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, Dominic Sui. In lane 6, representing Surrey Park, Kiran Jasing. In lane 7, representing Nunawading Swimming, Jack Gurry. In lane 8, we have our first alternate from Surrey Park Swimming, Daniel Sivataries. And in lane 2, our second alternate from Swimland Swim Club, Patrick Forster.
Alrighty, always a good event to watch is the IMs because we get to see every swimmer's strength and every swimmer's weakness.
Yeah, I love how the lead always seems to change so often in these races depending on what the athletes are best at.
Especially short course as well. And out very fast is Dominic Sway there and at 11.9 in the first 25. So he's out pretty hard. You'd expect that he's going to do that. And also over wide there in lane 1 is Callum Halloran Lavelle.
Yeah, so Cal recently moving to Melbourne Vic Centre while he's completing his university studies. Originally from Warragul under Coach Paul, doing really well out there.
Yeah, you can see in the middle of the pool, Dominic Sway still looking very strong. So his tactic's going to be to go out hard, and you might expect that he might not be as strong in his breaststroke leg. So he'd want to hang on because there's a few breaststrokers around him in Selwood and Jasing.
Yeah, definitely got to look out for lane 4, Adam Selwood. Took out a few breaststroke races yesterday.
Yeah, and also Jack Gurry's a great breaststroker over here in lane 7. So he's the other one to watch. And you can see now, Selwood, sorry, I might have cut you off there. You go on.
I was going to say, expect to see a bit of movement through this third 50.
And these boys have started to reel in Sway. He's still hanging on, though, to his credit. Although Callum Halloran Lavelle is still going strong over there in lane one.
It's definitely going to come down to this last 50.
It's going to be a really good last 50 here because Callum Heller and Lavelle is going to finish pretty strong, you'd reckon, but Selwood looks pretty hard to beat. He's had a breath both sides there too.
Just checking out where the rest of the athletes in the field are before he takes on this last lap.
Oh, and Will Sharp is finishing really strong as well. He might be a chance for a medal.
Looks like Adam's going to take first, but this silver could go anyway right now.
Oi, 202 followed by 203.
Yeah, so Cal hangs on out in lane one for second. And Will Sharp sneaks in for third.
Medal presentation for event 57, the men's 50 metre freestyle multi-class. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Warrnambool Swimming Club, Finn Ginley. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Revesby Workers, Caden Smith. And in first place and winner of the gold medal representing Yarra Plenty Waves in a time of 51.87 seconds, Ahmed Kelly. Medal presentation for event 58, the women's 50 metre freestyle multi-class. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Caulfield Aquatics, Amber Stelling. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. And in first place and winner of the gold medal representing Ballarat Gold in a time of 31.52 seconds, Anna Layton. Introducing the finalists for event 60, the women's 100 metre individual medley. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Farida Tahar. In lane 1, also from Surrey Park, Micah Free. In lane 2, another Surrey Park swimmer, Skylar Hay. In lane 3, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Amelie Vulich. In lane 4, from MLC Aquatic, Alana Torrance. In lane 5, we have our first alternate from Cheltenham Swimming, Greta Seville. In lane 6, representing St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. In lane 7, from Melton Swimming Club, Manar Mahfouz. In lane 8, also from Melton, Alicia Brownbill. And in lane 9, representing Laverton Wyndham, Misha Nicholson.
All right, it's 100 IMs underway here.
Bit of a change of pace
Looks
for
like a
lane
good start
5
over
here.
there. Yeah, good start there from Alana Torrance in lane 4 from MLC.
Greta Seville backing it up after that awesome 400 freestyle just moments ago. Was originally an alternate, so she's now swimming out of lane 5.
And a great underwater there from Alana Torrance again. So you can see her skills are on display. Annie still having a good swim over here in lane 6 too. So she's going to come through in second at the 50 metre mark.
Particularly in this 100 IM, those turns are just absolutely so important. Making sure the athletes don't lose any momentum between strokes.
And so Alana Torrance has a substantial lead now by about 2 seconds. That's a huge distance in a 100 metres IM. With the battle over there, Micah Fry having a good swim over there in lane 1 too.
And he's still powering home out in lane 6 in this freestyle leg. She's going to take second. And third will go to Amelie Vulich from Yarra Plenty Waves.
Introducing the finalists for event 61, the boys' 12-year-old 100 metre butterfly. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Michael Fan. In lane 1, from Caulfield Aquatics, Callum Otto. In lane 2, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Aidan Ramos. In lane 3, from St Kevin's College, Hamish Davin. In lane 4, representing Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5, from Surrey Park Swimming, Aston Wilson. In lane 6, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Oscar Magalotti. In lane 7, also from Nunawading, Jordan Silva. In lane 8, representing Terrelgan Swimming Club, Archer Marsland. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park Swimming, Christopher Lee.
And something familiar for us, Harry McCraw in lane 4. The fastest qualifier this morning in this 100-metre butterfly. And he's won a fair few events so far. Will he making another one here? Aston Wilson, sorry.
So this 1:03 time isn't actually that far off our Victorian record here held by Alexander Savalas from 2013 at a 1:01.6.
So having a really good swim over here is Oscar Magalotti. We've called his name a lot. Aston Wilson there in the middle of the pool is also probably one to watch in this second 50. But Harry McCraw is out in front, leading as he goes. .102, has he just broke? No, not quite, sorry. It was 1:01.64.
Medal presentation for event 59, the men's 200-metre individual medley. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Will Sharp. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion in a time of 2:02.95 seconds, Adam Selwood. Medal presentation for event 60, the women's 100-metre individual medley. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Yarra Plenty Waves, Emily Vulich. In second place and winner of the silver medal from St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing MLC Aquatic in a time of 1:02.27 seconds, Alana Torrance. Introducing the finalists for event 62, the girls' 12-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Maisie Graves. In lane 1, from Loreto Aquatic, Stella Ruljancic. In lane 2, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Tiffany Miette. In lane 3, from Bayside Swimming, Octavia Marnie. In lane 4, representing Essendon District, Yarulin Wang. In lane 5, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Audriana David. In lane 6, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Lexan Zhao. In lane 7, from MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reid. In lane 8, representing Essendon District, Megan Lee. And in lane 9, from Gen Aquatic Swimming Club, Isabella Wang.
All right, time to give the girls a run for the money in the pool just here. That is a beautiful start in lane 4 by Yarulin Wang. And quite even across those upper lanes, or dare I say across the entire pool. Audriana David from Propulsion, quarter of the race down, just in front.
Yeah, if you watched Audriana before the start of this race, she looked pretty serious, ready to go. I always like to have a look while they're behind the blocks just to see the tactics, whether they're just keeping it light or really focused, and she definitely had her game face on, so it could be a great swim.
Well, it's Yarulin now at the halfway mark just there. That's out in front in lane 4, and she's powered ahead here. I'm interested to see this final turn and the push off the wall to who's coming out in front as they pop out over the water.
Yeah, heavy hits onto the wall after that third lap. They'll definitely be starting to feel it now and just trying to push through to finish this race with under 15 metres to go.
And it is Yarulin in front, but Octavia in 3 from Bayside giving a run for the money. Watch out lane 4 and 5, Audriana and Lexan Zhao as well. Yarulin 1:08.76.
Yeah, all those top girls beating their times from this morning, which is great to see them backing up in the afternoon and going faster again.
Amazing effort. And again, I always say it, only 12 years of age. Huge, amazing, we applaud you.
Introducing the finalists for event 63, the men's 50-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. In lane 1, from MLC Aquatic, Toby McComish. In lane 2, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Johan Stickland. In lane 3, also from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jacket Simpson. In lane 4, representing Bayside Swimming Club, Andrew Lauterstein. In lane 5, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Xander Coates. In lane 6, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, James Ward. In lane 7, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Will Laidlaw. In lane 8, representing Camberwell Grammar, Jack Van Loon. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park Swimming, Kiran Jasingh.
So, Tim, it's the 50 free.
Yeah,
what are
the
your
big
thoughts?
boys, yeah, splash in the dash. I'm picking Andrew Lauterstein, although James Ward had an elite 100 freestyle last night, so he's also the one to watch, and he has great skills. And you can see here, he's leading him through, and I reckon he's the one to beat here up, and he turns at a 10.7, so he's out pretty fast. Oh, it's hard to pick. I reckon it's Ward followed by Lockie Jacket Simpson. Oh, no, it's Lauder there. So Ward 22.22, followed by Andrew Lauderstein in third place there, Lockie Jacket Simpson. So how about that? We've got about 7 or 8 guys under that 23 mark, which is great to see.
Amazing. Knocking off time off this morning as well. Power in the
Medal
pool.
presentation for event 61, the boys 12-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from St Kevin's College, Hamish Davin. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Oscar Magalotti. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Camberwell Grammar in a time of 1:02.97 seconds, Harry McCraw. Medal presentation for event 62, the girls 12-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Audriana David. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Surrey Park Swimming, Lexan Zhao. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal, representing Essendon District in a time of 1:08.76 seconds, Yarulin Wang. Introducing the finalists for event 64, the women's 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Riley Cardo. In lane 1, also from Surrey Park, Farida Tahar. In lane 2, from MLC Aquatic, Charlie Millard. In lane 3, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Zoe Deacon. In lane 4, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tara Kinder. In lane 5, representing Nunawading Swimming, Taya Odell. In lane 6, also from Nunawading, Radell Smith. In lane 7, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Emily Vulich. In lane 8, from MLC Aquatic, Lily Kosh. And in lane 9, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Romy Hurd.
And we are underway. The girls in the water, popping up. That is a beautiful start to Romy Hurd in lane 9 as well. Closest to the pool from where we are. Blitzing it out in front though. Radell Smith in 6. Taylor Odell in 5 though. First one to get the touch for the first 25 and coming back up.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a few training partners in this race, the Nunawading girls, in Riddell, Taya and Zoe as well over in lane 3.
Yeah, Nunawading always seem to dominate the breaststroke in our Vic Championships, a specialty of theirs. Coming up to the wall, Riddell Smith still out in front.
Really maintaining those fast turns on the wall, staying nice and low.
And yeah, so Kalia, what can you see in terms of the difference of stroke and breath above the water and the push-off off the wall between those first 4 athletes out in front?
Yeah, I mean, breaststroke's a great one because there's so many different ways that athletes are technically executing the stroke these days. You've got some who will go for a more powerful and undulating stroke, so they're having a nice long glide underwater, really getting those hips up. Other ones a bit shorter, more of the classic breaststroke, rounded at the front rather than over the top. You'll see they don't come out quite as high.
And as an athlete yourself, can you actually hear your coach going up from the side?
I feel like breaststroke's one of the ones where you kind of can, but a lot of these girls will be so focused on their race plan and what they're actually doing, they'll most likely be blocking out any sounds and things anyway. But it always is good if it is a close race and you do seem to hear those shouts, even if they might not be for you, they might just push you along a little bit faster.
Well, that is exactly what is happening with Riddell Smith. Bit by bit, all her attention to detail has pushed her out in front here. It is going to be a battle for second, and it has changed up. It is the 2 in lane 3 and 4. It is Zoe Deacon and Tara Kinder that are going to battle it out here. Well done, Riddell, 2:24.59.
Yeah, great swim, leading basically from start to finish there from Riddell. Really took control of the race early, and the other girls just didn't have a chance to catch her.
And that is the 200-metre women's breaststroke done and dusted just there.
Introducing your solo competitor for event 65, the mixed 150-metre IM multi-class, Ahmed Kelly from Yarra Plenty Waves in lane 4.
So we have started Ahmed Kelly in the pool. He is a solo race at the moment in lane 4. And Kalia, tell us a little bit about this race. It's 150 metres.
Yeah, so this is the multi-class 150-metre individual medley. Athletes in this event are going to be completing 3 50s, so the first one being backstroke, then breaststroke, and then freestyle.
And Ahmed Kelly, a legend of our sport just here. Commonwealth Games athlete, Paralympic athlete. He's been in the World Championships recently as well.
Yeah, so he's only just recently returned from Manchester this year, competing at the Paralympic World Championships, where he medalled in the IM, the 150-metre IM, taking home the gold in this race. So definitely royalty in this swim.
I would like to say no surprise there, but our athletes and Ahmed really work for the results that they get. And he is a fierce athlete, but such a kind soul at the same time.
Yeah, what I really love about Ahmed is all the work he does with the other athletes. So he's such a team player. Over at Yarra Plenty Waves, he took his medal in to show all the junior athletes and the senior athletes as well, and just keep them really involved and loving the sport. He always checks in with everyone. Just a great guy and the kind of person you want to be friends with.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we go at that touch, 1:30.02 at the 75-metre mark just there. So that is his halfway mark in this race. So the time he's got to beat up against himself is 3:06.45. And here we go, that was 100 metres that he's just ticked over there.
Absolutely. So final leg here for Ahmed.
And as we said a little bit earlier, when it's your only race and you're only racing yourself, it can be tough out there because all eyes are on you in the pool, but everyone is so supportive here at MSAC. There's going to be a big cheer at the end.
Yeah, and I think Ahmed, being such a world-class athlete, is going to be making sure that he's really just focusing on executing his race properly. He doesn't have anyone else to worry about swimming beside him, so it's always going to be about what he's doing, finishing his skills, and just getting to the wall. It's him against the clock here.
All right, well, here we go.
Looks like he's on track to do a really nice time this afternoon.
He is under the 3-minute mark at the moment. That is exactly what he wants as he's stretching towards the wall in these final strokes. Bang!
Yeah, great work.
Big cheers from the crowd. 3:01.53. And that is 5 seconds under his qualifying time. Awesome job, Ahmed. Absolute legend.
Medal presentation for event 63, the men's 50-metre freestyle. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jackett-Simpson. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Bayside Swimming Club, Andrew Lauterstein. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Melbourne Vic Centre in a time of 22.22 seconds, James Ward. Medal presentation for event 64, the women's 200-metre breaststroke. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Zoe Deacon. In second place, the winner of the silver medal representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Tara Kinder. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal from Nunawading Swimming Club in a time of 2:24.59 seconds, Riddell Smith. Introducing the finalists for event 66, the mixed 200-metre individual medley multi-class. In lane 1, representing Flyers swim team, Kira Warwick. In lane 2, from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. In lane 3, representing Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. In lane 4, from Oasis Otters, Calvin Tran. In lane 5, also from Oasis Otters, Andrew Din. In lane 6, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Bradley Doolan. In lane 7, also from Geelong, Ryan McGrain. And in lane 8, another Geelong swimmer, Maddie Fox.
Alrighty, so we've got now the 200 individual medley multi-class mixed. And so we've got a couple of different categories in this one too, haven't we, Chelsea? We've got some S6 all the way through to S18, and we've got boys and girls in this one. So a bit of variety here, all the way across the board.
So with our classifications from lane 6, 7 and 8, all SM18, so they're all male. So 6, 7 and 8 are all competing directly against themselves. So we know that one for sure, and then the rest, they're calculated with times by the end, and hence why it allows them to all swim together, which is amazing.
Well, I've definitely become familiar with Geelong being really strong in their multi-class over the years. They've got a great program down there developing their swimmers. And Calvin Tram called his name a lot yesterday. He's from some really good times and a lot of PBs, actually. And so these boys here, Calvin and Andrew, teammates from Oasis Otters, are coming through the field now as they're getting ready to move into their breaststroke leg.
So these athletes in this race, you'll notice on your programs SM, which stands for them being medley classification. You'll also notice these multi-class athletes might have a different classification for breaststroke. You'll see that on a program as SB, depending on what their impairment is for that particular stroke.
And what fantastic athletes we have just here. In front of the race at the moment, in lane 5, we have Andrew D.
Yeah, just going to say, you can see how important the breaststroke leg was there, because Calvin actually touched slightly in front at the 100 mark, and Andrew put some distance on him there in that breaststroke leg, and we know how breaststroke can be a bit of a hit and miss stroke sometimes. It depends all on how your hip mobility can work and how your feet can turn out with your ankles. And so some people just aren't designed for breaststroke, and there are others who are purely designed for breaststroke. And coming down the wall now, Andrew Ding is coming in.
And he's being chased down by Calvin Tran, who swam alone before in the butterfly, but in the freestyle, really pushing it to the end. Andrew, though, in 5.
2:38. So he has just taken off 19 seconds. So not a bad effort at the day at the office there for Andrew. And Calvin there in second there in 2:41. Pretty much bang on his time.
And Nambi watching lane 3 here. Coming up next, Sarah Howe from Ballarat Gold, coming on in 3.77. Amazing, taking almost 3 seconds off her qualifying time just there as well. Ryan McGrain comes in lane 7. And our final athlete still in the pool. In lane 1, we have Kira Warwick from Flyers. She is in her final lap just here as she comes into the turn. Brilliant stuff, not giving up. Big kicks to come towards the end as you want to propel forward. You've just exhausted yourself after all the legs here. But this is where you want to try and muster that energy and come home strong. And final turn as well, we've got Madeline Fox in lane 8 from Geelong.
Yeah, definitely when you're listening to race plans for medleys, most of the time the freestyle leg is just give it what you've got left. Get to that wall.
Put the pedal to the metal. Turn it up, notch it into that extra gear you've got that you didn't even know you had, right?
Yeah, leave it in the pool. Everything you've got left.
And here's Madeline doing exactly that in lane 8. Our final athlete, congratulations, 4:17.73.
Awesome efforts.
Introducing the finalists for event 67, the men's 12 and over 800 metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Logan Brandy. In lane 1, from Geelong Swimming Club, Jack Simsick. In lane 2, representing Camberwell Grammar, James Gargano. In lane 3, from Surrey Park Swimming, Jesse Phillips. In lane 4, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Silas Harris. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, Harry Hay. In lane 6, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Xavier Purcell. In lane 7, from Flyers Swim Team, Joshua Evans. In lane 8, representing Ivanhoe Swim, Tyler Land. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park Swimming, Connor Hayes.
And some big cheers from the crowd on that lineup call just there. And a great start. Silas Harris in lane 4 from Nunawading. Let's get to the wall first. It is a long race. They're going to have their race plan and their tactics. So this is only just the first part of it.
Yeah, it definitely isn't super important who's in the lead in these early legs, but who can maintain their skills and their speed and be the most consistent in this race.
And already still out in front. Harry Hay in 5 from MLC, trailing not too far just behind. I would say even pushing out in front just here
yeah,
at
Harry's
this turn.
shown some massive improvements over the last 12 months.
And then in our other lanes, in lane 6, we've got Xavier Purcell from Propulsion. He's keeping at the tail end of the two boys out in front.
Yeah, they don't want to let these leaders get too far out ahead because that gap can be a little bit disheartening. So if you can just hang on their hip and stay in the game and use your tactics to your advantage, that's what these athletes are trying to do.
And Jesse Phillips from lane 3 is going to be doing exactly that, as well as lane 7, Joshua Evans, purple and yellow cap. They're going to try and hold the back of that front pack just there. And so we've just hit the 300-metre mark. Neck and neck, stroke and stroke.
Yeah, it must be really nice for these athletes out in front. They've got each other to keep them accountable and have someone to race.
And it's still Harry just out in front here. Now, with swimming at 800, Kalia, what would your coach be telling you? And they're just about to hit the halfway mark here, so 400 down, 400 to go. How do they come up with the race plan, and then how does the athlete implement it?
Yeah, so there's definitely a few different ways to swim an 800. I know personally I like to break it down into 4 200s. So you make sure that you're always thinking about something, so you don't just go off with the fairies and get a little bit caught up and forget what you're doing. So it's important that they maintain those race plans. For these guys, I imagine the first 200, they would just set themselves up, try and find a comfy, easy speed is what we talk about as coaches. And after that, they're probably wanting to build through, just increasing their kick a little bit each 100 metres to 200 metres, increase their rate, make sure they hang on, don't drop off, and then really bring it home strong and try and lift for that last 200.
And so is there a hot tip that the coaches give to conserve energy and then, to put that pedal to the metal at the end of an 800? It's a bit tough.
I'm not sure there's really a way to conserve too much energy in an 800. It's going to be all about getting oxygen in early on and finding that nice technique where you can almost relax, but just keep that little bit of pressure on it.
Well, if they are breaking their race down here in 200 metres, they are in the final 200 metres here now. They've just crossed the 600-metre mark. And Harry just out in front. Not too much underwater from him just there. I would say he's about 3/4 of a body length out in front of Silas Harris in lane 4. And they really have broken away, keeping a nice long stroke with the arms out in front. The boys for third are going to have a little bit of a battle coming up. They're in their final 100 metres now. And so looking at the back of the pack, how do you push up at this stage?
So these guys are coming up to the halfway mark. But they're sitting really nicely.
You know what? That is one of those things, what we were talking about. Sorry, team and everyone listening. I've counted my laps wrong, me stroking the strokes down on my piece of paper here. But that is exactly what can happen to the athletes, right?
Fortunately for the athletes in the 800 short course, they do have lap counters. So they will be able to, if they do lose track of their laps, have a look up at that counter and see where they're going.
So then halfway through the race now, how are they feeling? They know it's halfway. How do they need to move into that next phase, that next 200?
I know a lot of athletes in this event like to count down laps. So they'll probably be starting to feel a little bit better knowing that they are past the halfway mark and that it's a shorter amount to go. Definitely going to be feeling the fatigue, particularly in the legs. They're going to start to get heavy in that third quarter of this race. So most of them will be trying to stay nice and high in the water. And there's a couple just trying to make a move. I see the coaches standing up, giving them the wave. So if they might have fallen off pace, just to get them back on track.
And so we've still got Harry and Silas out in front, 4 and 5. In third posse at the moment. Over in lane 2, we've got James Gargano Jesse Phillips, not too far in 3, and then lane 6, Xavier Purcell. And now, Tim, if you were in this race, how much are you hurting right now?
I'd be struggling a fair bit, especially, I feel like short course is hard to actually get in a rhythm. You sort of start to get your groove, you're coming in, and then you're going to turn again. Especially in an 800 or a 15, it's really hard sometimes to actually get your rhythm and your stroke rate, or even your distance per stroke.
Yeah, you'll really notice that these longer distance athletes aren't utilising the underwater as much. They don't want to be holding their breath for too long, creating that lactic acid. They want to keep the oxygen coming in.
Keep it flowing, keep consistent.
They're going to try and hit that wall hard, get a really explosive push-off to get the distance off the wall. Probably 1, maybe 2 kicks for majority of these athletes, but then get up and get back into that stroke.
I think, too, it's really hard, short course, for us commentating to work out who's actually in what position in the field, because some of these guys are actually in different laps now because it's such a short distance between laps.
Yeah, these
you can fall behind really quickly.
2 guys out in front are starting to lap the guys over in the outside lanes, putting on a stellar show for us, lanes 4 and 5.
I think that's where long course, the distance events are really good to watch, because you can actually see a few more tactics evolve. But in a short course race, it's really hard to see the tactics because these guys are at such different stages of the race now, and it's hard for them to work out where each other are.
It's good for the boys having each other, but one of the things to note is that if one of them was out by themselves, at this point in the race, what you might see them do is start trying to catch one by one these athletes who have fallen behind, and setting them in their sights. So looking ahead and seeing if they can make up the distance and maybe lap a few more. It's always a little bit competitive like that.
It can be. And I think, too, these guys, they train a lot of short course this time of year, so they'll be used to it somewhat. But it's also pretty hard, I think, knowing when to really go hard in an 800. Like, do you build it? Do you build your 4 200s? Do you try and go a little bit earlier? And do you try and change gears sometimes? Try and burn off someone and burn away from them, break away, and then go back into your sort of stroke rate that you had?
I think it's more of a mental build for these swimmers. So if they feel like they're going faster and increasing their speed, quite often the time that show an actual speed increase, but they'll maintain it more. So rather than them not trying to build and dropping off, they'll try and feel like they're building, but hopefully maintain and hold on. Harry Hay having a bit of a dig here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Harry Hayes brought the legs. I could hear the legs kick then.
Yeah, Saralus made his move a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And Harry's just realised he's got a bit more in the tank to go.
So Harry's finished strong here, and he's pushed him right through the end. So 8:09 and 8:10. So those boys have averaged under 101 per 100, which I think that's pretty good, because you'd expect also both really hard to hear and talk there. It's pretty hard at this time of year for these boys to be going super fast. They probably had a break after nationals and trials, and so they've been amongst a heavy training block, and you'd expect that 8:09 and 8:10, that probably will drop down to the low 8 minutes by short course nationals.
Yeah, you'd expect a lot of these guys to be racing short course nationals, so that's coming up in a few weeks now. So most of them, probably in heavy training, probably really feeling it. So to lift and do some good times like that, it's really great to see. You've also got a lot of athletes in this race who are under that 18-year-old mark, so they could be racing again in a couple of weeks at state age championships.
Yeah, it's a good hit out for them.
Medal presentation for the men's 150 metre IM multi-class. In first place, the winner of the gold medal from Yarra Plenty Waves in a time of 3:01.53 seconds, Ahmed Kelly. Medal presentation for the women's 200 metre IM multi-class. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Maddie Fox. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Flyers swim team, Kira Warwick. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Ballarat Gold in a time of 3:00.77 seconds, Sarah Howe. Medal presentation for the men's 200 metre IM multi-class. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Ryan McGrain. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Geelong, Bradley Doolan. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal, representing Oasis Otters in a time of 2:41.68 seconds, Calvin Tran. Introducing the finalists for event 68, the girls' 12-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In lane 0, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. In lane 1, from Laverton Wyndham, Nicole Lee. In lane 2, representing Cheltenham Swimming, Madeline Harvey. In lane 3, from Essendon District, Yarulin Wang. In lane 4, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Kira Jeffs. In lane 5, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tiffany Miette. In lane 6, representing St Leonard's College, Lucy Ma. In lane 7, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Audriana David. In lane 8, representing Melton Swimming, Taylor Miller. And in lane 9, from Peninsula Hurricanes, Mackenzie Riley.
Alrighty, so the girls' 100-metre backstroke underway here. And so all eyes will be on Kira Jeffs there in lane 4. She's won just about every event so far.
Yeah, and she's only sitting a second outside of this Victorian record.
Victorian record. Well, she broke the 200 last night, and she broke it pretty convincingly. So can she break now the 100 as well and go for the double?
Especially after the nice drop we saw her do in her race earlier. You'd think she had a fairly cruisy heat swim this morning, so could have a bit more in the tank.
Well, at this stage, it's good too, is Tiffany Miette's really pushing her, so 31.4 and 32.3, so under a second difference between them at the 50-metre mark.
These are some super solid times for 12-year-old girls.
Lucy Ma also having a good swim there in lane 6. And lane 3, the Yarulin Wang.
These girls have all had such heavy programs as well, pretty much competing in most of the events over this weekend. Oh, will she get there? Oh.
104.9. She just misses it out by 0.08, but still a great swim.
Yeah, fabulous.
104 at 12 years of age is a fantastic time.
4 swimmers in that race under 110.
Introducing the finalists for event 69, the boys' 12-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Aston Wilson. In lane 1, from Geelong Swimming Club, Kepler Snyders. In lane 2, representing Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. In lane 3, from MLC Aquatic, Alfred Hahn. In lane 4, representing Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5, also from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In lane 6, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Aidan Ramos. In lane 7, also from Nunawading, Oscar Magalotti. In lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming, Ishak Ismail. And in lane 9, also at Surrey Park, Christopher Lee.
So great to see these 12-year-old boys really utilising that backstroke ledge off the start. Real benefit to all of the athletes being able to have somewhere to put their feet on the wall to prevent that slipping off. We've also got some well-known names back in this race. You'll see again in lane 4, Harry McCraw with his teammate Liam Paulson. At the moment, it's a bit of a race of 3 with our leaders, lanes 4, 5 and 3. Good to see these boys technically looking really great. Nice still heads. even rotation on both sides. Harry McCraw taking out the first in a 104.43. Close for second. But it's Alfred Hahn of MLC, 105.74. Well done, boys.
Well, this should be a good one to watch coming up here, Chelsea. The 50 backstroke. Be over before we know it.
Medal presentation for event 67, the men 13 and over 800 metre freestyle. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Xavier Purcell. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Harry Hay. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Nunawading Swimming Club in a time of 8:09.34 seconds, Silas Harris. Introducing the finalists for event 70, the men's 50 metre backstroke. In lane 0, representing MLC Aquatic, Dominic Sui. In lane 1, from Surrey Park Swimming, Tyson Caddy. In lane 2, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. In lane 3, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Anthony Basunas. In lane 4, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Dante Negri. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, James Luina. In lane 6, representing Warrnambool Swimming Club, Sebastian Christie Crane. In lane 7, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Lockie Jacket Simpson. In lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Alexander Hillman. And in lane 9, also from Surrey Park, George Huang.
Bit of a long hold there, but here we go. The 50 backstroke's underway. Watch out for Dante Negri in lane 4. His underwaters are awesome. And he's up, and he's probably leading him through here. This first 25 will see the turn. Really hard to split them, though. It is Negri. Oh, Negri had the best underwater again there, but Basunas alongside him had a great breakout. He might get him on the wall. Basunas does. There you go. 25.19. The big Basunas, he looks happy that. He gives a smile over to his mates standing alongside us here. And he's giggling. He's happy with that one, the big fella. Yeah, the crowd got behind him on that one.
Medal presentation for event 68, the girls' 12-year-old 100 metre backstroke. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from St Leonard's College, Lucy Marr. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tiffany Miette. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal representing Yarra Plenty Waves in a time of 1:04.90 seconds, Kira Jeffs. Introducing the finalists for event 71, the men's 50 metre backstroke multi-class. In lane 2, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Bradley Doolan. In lane 3, from Western Aquatic Academy, Joshua Briggs. In lane 4, representing Revesby Workers, Caden Smith. In lane 5, from Warrnambool Swimming Club, Finn Ginley. In lane 6, representing Oasis Otters, Andrew Din. And in lane 7, from Geelong Swimming Club, Ryan McGrain.
Alrighty, so the 50 backstroke multi-class here. And a few familiar names though. We've got Caden Smith, we've called him. Fionn Ginley, we've called a fair bit as well. And Bradley Doolan's also another one that we see often.
Yeah, so Brad in lane 2 and Ryan in lane 7 directly competing against each other as SA-teens. And then competing against each other as well is Josh in lane 3 and Andrew in lane 6. But coming closer to the wall, we've got Caden, 33.54.
So it's a lot quicker than this morning, or his entry time, which is 33.86, is it? Sorry, 33.76. So he has gone faster by about 0.2, which is good.
Medal presentation for event 69, the boys 12-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Alfred Hahn. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Camberwell Grammar in a time of 1:04.43 seconds, Harry McCraw. Medal presentation for event 70, the men's 50-metre backstroke. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from MLC Aquatic, James Luina. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Dante Negri. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Surrey Park Swimming in a time of 25.19 seconds, Anthony Basounis. Introducing the finalists for event 72, the women's 50-metre backstroke multi-class. In lane 1, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Maddie Fox. In lane 2, from Caulfield Aquatics, Amber Stelling. In lane 3, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. In lane 4, from Ballarat Gold, Anna Layton. In lane 5, also from Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. In lane 6, representing Naya Tubay's Swan Hill, Lisa Bale. And in lane 7, representing Flyers swim team, Kira Warwick.
Only 50 metres, a bit of fun for the girls here and some fun music to go with it. Nice times on the wall there. Anna Layton finishing in a 36.98, a bit faster than her entry time there.
And then Sarah Howe just behind her there. Evie Lee in lane 3 as well. And just finishing up was Madeline
Evie
Fox in
doing
lane
an
1.
Awesome job at only 13 years old. And that girl is so impressive. I think when she finishes swimming herself, she'll be able to be a coach.
Introducing the finalists for event 73, the women's 12 and over 400-metre individual medley. In lane 0, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Zoe Jennings. In lane 1, also from Geelong, Celeste Alice. In lane 2, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Ashley Dunn. In lane 3, from MLC Aquatic, Alana Torrance. In lane 4, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Lucy Webster. In lane 5, also from Nunawading, Ziandi Chua. In lane 6, representing Nunawading, Abby Harrington. In lane 7, from Ivanhoe Swim, Emerson Hoggan. In lane 8, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Darcy Lou Kershabal. And in lane 9, from Melton Swimming Club, Chloe Burke.
Alrighty, so the 4 a.m. here is underway, and especially in a 4 a.m. it's really important about the butterfly. You want to get out hard, but not be forcing it and trying to muscle your way through the fly legs. You want to try and be out easily, as fast as you can with the easiest effort.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that after this 100 metres of butterfly, you still have 3 100s left to complete. So making sure that you suck in that oxygen and keep it rhythmic is super important for these girls here.
I know a lot of coaches talk about as well, when you get to the backstroke leg, it's really light legs in the back, and you want to work the arms because breaststroke's such a leg-dominant stroke. You want to try and use your legs in the breaststroke a bit more and then lay off the arms, and then you come into the freestyle and it's whatever you got left.
Yeah, I think the easiest breakdown that I've ever given for a medley was butterfly is breathing, backstroke is pulling, breaststroke is kicking, and freestyle is dying.
Yeah, good way of putting it.
That's the simplified version,
it.
but yeah, we definitely want to make sure that these athletes are using their skills to their advantage. So they might be better on the legs in the backstroke and not have quite a good breaststroke kick, so they might do a little bit different, but majority will lay off those legs in the backstroke just to save them for that breaststroke leg of this medley.
I think too, you got to swim to your strengths. I know everyone always talks, you got to work your weaknesses, but if you've got a couple of great strengths that are so good for you, if you've got a great backstroke, you might as well work your backstroke then and get as much as you can of a lead and then try and hang on, rather than trying to sort of work on where all your weaknesses are and try to make up ground. If you're really good in that area, you've got to excel in it.
Yeah, I think definitely what we try and do is work the weaknesses at training so you don't have them.
Yep.
But then in a race, you've got to play to your strengths.
And so Zandy Chua is looking very strong there in lane 5. She's built up just a bit of a lead here in this second 50 of this backstroke leg. Sitting second is her teammate Abby Harrington.
Yeah, so Zandy had a really good swim earlier tonight in the backstroke, so we know that this is a strength for her. Lucy Webster coming into this event as a distance swimmer, so the longer stuff really works in her favour. You'll see her come through really nicely in the second half.
Also worth note is now the new style of the back to breast turn that a lot of these guys do is where you touch pretty much on a 90-degree angle with your arm above your head. So you touch with that arm above and then you try and pivot around with that arm staying above you rather than the traditional where the arm touches below the head.
Yes, obviously some controversy over this one at the recent World Championships.
Yeah, with Kaylee McEwen.
Yes, and some photos showing some other athletes who may or may not have executed the turn correctly.
Well, it's interesting watching it. Like, it's so touch and go, this new style. And the swimmers are risking doing it, but it is quicker, but it's a very risky turn to do if you don't nail it correctly.
Yeah, so at a meet like this, you'll see the ones who are confident in it doing it, and being a state championships, those who aren't quite as confident are probably going to opt to go just their normal either bucket turn or touch turn. But yeah, it's definitely something that is beneficial. It is faster, and so these guys at such an elite level should really be working on it back at their training pools with their coaches.
Definitely. And I think it's an interesting one too is when you come in is you're not really going to get that breath when you head into that breaststroke. I know a lot of swimmers always talk about that. They lose a lot of breath on that split stroke because you've been breathing on your back for 100 metres, getting used to getting air in, and then suddenly you turn into your breaststroke, you do a split stroke when you're underwater probably a second or two longer than you normally are. And it's really hard. That first breath when you come up, it's a big gasp of air. Yeah,
100%. So these guys definitely in their training sessions will be making sure that they practice these under fatigue. There's no point being able to execute a skill really well when you're fresh if you can't do it in the middle of a race like this 400 IM. The girls are just coming into their freestyle leg now. Zandy's still looking really strong here, but Lucy's definitely made up a lot of ground in that breaststroke.
And so these two Nutter Warding teammates look like they're going to go 1 and 2, and a battle on for third between Alana Torrance and Abby Harrington. So we'll see who can get that bronze medal, but it looks like Zandy Chua is going to take this one out here in this 4IM.
Yeah, she's come through really strong on that third lap of the freestyle.
And she comes in now, so Lucy Webster's going to touch in second now. We'll set the time they go here. Yeah, pretty fast, 4:47 and 4:49. So both girls under that 4:50 mark. And Lana Torrance sneaks in for third there and a 4:53.89.
There's a few more good races going on within this event. Coming down for fifth place here between the girls in lanes 1 and 2.
We love a dogfight, don't we? We love a battle out.
Absolutely.
Finish it all the way through to the end.
Ashley Dunn's done it, just touch in front, followed by Celeste. And Zoe Jennings finishes off that 400 AM tough event.
Medal presentation for event 71, the men's 50 metre backstroke multi-class. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Bradley Doolan. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Warrnambool Swimming Club, Finn Ginley. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing Revesby workers in a time of 33.54 seconds, Caden Smith. Medal presentation for event 72, the women's 50 metre backstroke multi-class. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Flyers swim team, Kira Warwick. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. And in first place and winner of the gold medal from Ballarat Gold Swimming in a time of 36.98 seconds, Anna Layton. Introducing the finalists for event 74, the men's 200 metre butterfly. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Yash Padkey. In lane 1, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Owen Williams Polly. In lane 2, also from Nunawading, Haruki Nakanishi. In lane 3, representing MLC Aquatic, Mayan Baskar. In lane 4, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Eric He. In lane 5, also from Nunawading, Riley Mitchell. In lane 6, representing Laverton Wyndham, Jake Hinkson. In lane 7, from Surrey Park Swimming, Cameron McLeod. In lane 8, representing Ballarat Gold, James Meddings. And in lane 9, representing Melton Swimming Club, Nathan Patterson.
And so a brutal event up now, event 74, the men's 200 metre butterfly. And the crowd's actually flocked in for this one. I can hear the few lads roaring behind us. Now, have a look at that Victorian all-comers record. The great Matty Temps there holds that one. Matty Temple in a 1:52.25. We'll see if anyone can get under the 2 minutes tonight. And I reckon maybe a couple of these boys might, because I reckon they would have had a heat swim, knowing it's a 2-fly, knowing they can get through to a final, they would have cruised through. And then tonight they're going to launch at it.
Yeah, well, they're absolutely launching now. We're looking for some PBs on the cards here. Lane 7 having a good one. Cam McLeod just hitting the wall just there. First 100 metres down. Second to go here. Launching out in front, the two Nunawading boys, 4 and 5, Eric and Riley.
You can see too that the distance these boys are getting off each stroke, especially in a 2-fly. You've got to be efficient and still be long and still have that glide with each stroke. You can't be trying to muscle 200 metres of butterfly.
You've really got to use that kick to power your body up and out of the water to gain that distance.
It's really interesting, you know, a lot of coaches talk about how in a 2-fly you're meant to be breathing every 2, but Michael Phelps breathed every 1 in 100, so I think some people like to breathe every 1. And if it means they can get their air in, they can actually keep their kick and their efficiency going, and it works, you keep them doing it. But Eric He's looking really strong there in lane 4. So at the moment 1:15, so he's probably on track for close to that 2:00. He's maybe a 2:01.
Let's see what happens. He's stretched out in front here by a body and a half. It's the halfway mark just here.
Ooh.
1:31.
Just
6'9".
off, I reckon. Yeah. Long on that turn there. He had a real long glide in. So he's turned in a 1:31. Probably looking at about a 2:02. We'll see what he comes back in here in this last 25.
And he's really going for it. Who is chasing him? Mayan
So he's
in
coming
lane
down
3
now.
behind.
He's got 5 metres of... Now, Owen Williams-Polly from Nunawading's had a great swim in lane 1. He's going to pick up the silver, 2:05. There we go. It's 2:06 in second. In third place is Riley Mitchell in a 2:08.3. So a bit of a Nunawading 1, 2, 3 there. And Michael Skrodsky, you can see over to our left, is standing up on the table yelling. So he's pretty happy with that. And that's what the Scrod does.
Big well done to Nunawading. Training all together as well. They know their strengths and weaknesses, but they've really powered it home together.
Yeah, absolute scenes here at the pool for the 200 fly. The crowd really getting around that one. Super exciting.
Introducing the finalists for event 75, the women's 50 metre breaststroke. In lane 0, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Amelie Vulich. In lane 1, from Surrey Park Swimming, Natasha Coleman. In lane 2, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Taya Odell. In lane 3, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Micah Vree. In lane 4, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Tara Kinder. In lane 5, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Riddell Smith. In lane 6, also from Nunawading, Zoe Deakin. In lane 7, representing MLC Aquatic, Lily Kosh. In lane 8, from Yarra Plenty Waves, Stephanie O'Donnell. And in lane 9, representing Surrey Park, Farida Taha.
All right, here we go. The women are going to bring it. 50-metre breaststroke right here. Tara Kinder, one to watch in lane 4. Riddell Smith having a good meet this weekend in 5. It's going to be a splash and dash here with 50-metre breaststroke. Let's go, girls.
Here they are for the underwater. Looks like it's going to be Riddell with the best start in the pool there.
It's really even until the turn right here. This is where it's going to change when they pop up.
And a great underwater there from Tara Kinder in lane 4. Stayed under the longest and came up in front.
Oh my gosh.
Zoe Deacon's having a good swim here too though. Throw a blanket across them. Whoa,
Wow.
1/100th of a second there. Micah coming through at the end on that second 25. Tara Kinder holds on 32.04. 32.05 for second and 32.22 Riddell for third.
Tara, Micah, Riddell.
Great race, girls.
And they're having a bit of a chat on the lane ropes as well. Good to see.
Such great
Medal
competitors and
presentation
also
for
great
event
friends.
73, the women's 13 and over 400-metre individual medley. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from MLC Aquatic, Alana Torrance. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Lucy Webster. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal, representing Nunawading Swimming Club in a time of 4:47.61 seconds, Zyandi Chua. Medal presentation for event 74, the men's 200-metre butterfly. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Riley Mitchell. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Nunawading, Owen Williams-Polly. And in first place, winner of the gold medal from Nunawading in a time of 2:05.33 seconds, Eric He. Introducing the finalists for event 76, the boys' 12-year-old 50-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Surrey Park Swimming, Aston Wilson. In lane 1, from St Kevin's College, Hamish Davin. In lane 2, representing Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. In lane 3, from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In lane 4, also from Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5, representing Nunawading Swimming, Jordan Silva. In lane 6, from Surrey Park Swimming, Ishaq Ismail. In lane 7, representing Caulfield Aquatics, Callum Otto. In lane 8, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Yixin Jiang. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park, Christopher Lee.
And we're back to the young'uns just here, and it's exciting times for them. Springing off the blocks.
Super explosive and some really fast reaction times there in the 0.5s.
There's a lot of power they're putting into the pool just here. On the turn, it's Jordan Silva, Nunawading, just out in front here. Big long arms from him. Coming next to him, Harry McCaw in 4. It's going to be tight to the end.
Oh, down to touch. Harry McGraw, lane 4 on that last stroke.
27.16. That is under his time. Awesome job. Well done to all the boys in the water just there. Jordan in second. And then Liam
Introducing
Paulson,
the
third.
finalists for event 77, the girls' 12-year-old 50-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Peninsula Hurricanes, Mackenzie Riley. In lane 1, from Loretto Aquatic, Hannah West. In lane 2, representing MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reed. In lane 3, from St Leonard's College, Lucy Marr. In lane 4, also from St Leonard's College, Mary Steele. In lane 5, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Zara Gamboa. In lane 6, from PLC Aquatic, Chloe Huo. In lane 7, representing Bayside Swimming, Octavia Marnie. In lane 8, also from Bayside, Kazia Lockwood. And in lane 9, representing Terrelgan, Chloe Zwarek.
Well, the 50 freestyle splash and dash.
And they're away. We love their little waves and hearts to the camera before the race, but now it's down to business here. Coming up to the halfway mark. It's only 50 metres, 25 on the turn. Who's it going to be?
It was a great start from Chloe Hugh there off the dive, but it looks like Lucy Marr got into her stroke a bit quicker after that on the turn. She's out in front. This is a big lead to 50, but finishing strong as well is Zara Gamboa. And we come down the wall, we'll set the time. There you go. So it is Lucy Marr, followed by Zara Gamboa. And then in third place there, we had Mary Steele.
And well done, Lucy Marr. That's almost a second off her time this morning, and she's got the gold.
Medal presentation for event 75, the women's 50-metre breaststroke. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Riddell Smith. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Micah Vree. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing Melbourne Vic Centre in a time of 32.04 seconds, Tara Kinder. Medal presentation for event 76, the boys' 12-year-old 50-metre freestyle. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Nunawading Swimming, Jordan Silva. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Camberwell Grammar in a time of 27.16 seconds, Harry McCraw. Introducing the finalists for event 78, the women's 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Yunhui Kim. In lane 1, from MLC Aquatic, Amrita Subramaniam. In lane 2, representing Nunawading Swimming Club, Abby Carney. In lane 3, we have our first alternate from Melton Swimming Club, Manar Mahfouz. In lane 4, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Tamsin Cook. In lane 5, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tara Kinder. In lane 6, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Holly Neville. In lane 7, from Nunawading Swimming, Jessica Wilson. In lane 8, representing Surrey Park, Natasha Coleman. And in lane 9, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Dakota Mathers.
Alrighty, we always love the 100 freestyle. And in Australia, the women's 100 freestyle is probably the most stacked event in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many great swimmers.
So much depth.
At a national level, if you took the first 8 swimmers from Australia, it'd be almost a world championship final. That's how good we're talking.
Yes, absolutely.
Or maybe a world semi-final.
Six of the swimmers at World Championships trials under that qualifying time.
Unreal, isn't it?
For the team.
And so Holly Neville had a great start. They out to 12.3, so very fast. And a really long underwater there from Tara Kinder. So she's trying to utilise the turns. She probably hasn't got the speed across the top of the water as these guys, but she's trying to use those turns.
She's just got out from another race.
Exactly right. She's probably still breathing. Panting, I should say. I know she's still breathing. She's still swimming. All right, so...
Holly Neville's still looking really good here. Technically really smooth, gliding across the water almost.
You expect Tamsin Cook probably to finish the strongest being a distance swimmer,
yeah,
so she's starting to pull away now.
It's going to be a close race onto the wall though. Tara Kinder with a great underwater on that last lap.
For someone who's only swum for a few months, and it is Cook followed by Kinder and then Neville. So 55.4, 55.7, 55.9. So 3 girls under that 56 mark, which is good. So a lot quicker than what they went this morning, which is what you'd expect.
Yeah, nice to see them backing up for the final tonight.
Introducing the finalists for event 79, the men's 100 metre breaststroke. In lane 0, representing CGGS Aquatic, Alan Liang. In lane 1, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Jacob Nimmo. In lane 2, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Callum Halloran Lavelle. In lane 3, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Daniel Cave. In lane 4, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Joshua Senor. In lane 5, also from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Adam Selwood. In lane 6, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Lachlan Chan. In lane 7, representing Surrey Park, Kiran Jasingh. In lane 8, from Nunawading Swimming, Jack Gurry. And in lane 9, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Tom Sutherland.
Now, watch these boys in the middle there. Cave, Signor and Selwood, all three maybe potentially under the minute tonight in this 100 breaststroke. Let's see if they can do it. Now, Selwood and his teammate Josh out under the 13, out in 12.8. So that is seriously fast. And Josh is probably looking the better of the two at this stage, but Selwood's a great 200 metre breaststroker, so you'd expect his second 50 to be stronger.
And there we go, that's 50 metres down. Josh in lane 4, still out in front and trying to creep a little bit further and gain some ground.
And Kieran Jasingh having a good swim over here in lane 7. Also now Daniel Cave starting to make a bit of a move through 2. So the two propulsion boys still 1 and 2.
All right, watching the time just here. Big powerful kicks. Who's rising to the occasion? Lane 5, it's Adam Selwood trying to take over. Has he made it?
Oh, it is. There we go. 59.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we got it.
That's Adam under the minute mark. Josh coming in second, and then it was Daniel Cave.
That's how we thought of the play,
third.
didn't we? That Selwood would probably come home over the top.
Now, it's good to see the athletes rising to the challenge. Sunday night, takedown.
Medal presentation for event 77, the girls' 12-year-old 50 metre freestyle. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from St Leonard's College, Mary Steele. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Zara Gamboa. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal, representing St Leonard's College in a time of 27.86 seconds, Lucy Ma. Medal presentation for event 78, the women's 100 metre freestyle. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Holly Neville. In second place, and winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tara Kinder. And in first place, and winner of the gold medal, representing Melbourne Vic Centre in a time of 55.45 seconds, Tamsin Cook. Introducing the finalists for event 80, the boys' 12-year-old 100 metre individual medley. In lane 0, representing Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. In lane 1, from Geelong Swimming Club, Kepler Snyders. In lane 2, representing Surrey Park Swimming Club, Ishaq Ismail. In lane 3, from Caulfield Aquatics, Callum Otto. In lane 4, representing Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, Alfred Hahn. In lane 6, representing St Kevin's College, Hamish Davin. In lane 7, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Jordan Silva. In lane 8, representing Northwest Aquatic, Jimmy Boer. And in lane 9, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Michael Fan.
So it's the boys' 12-year-old 100 metre free. And what a big weekend they've had to now put in the effort here in the final 100.
Yeah, this 100 IM consists of one lap of every stroke. So one lap of butterfly, one lap of backstroke, then breaststroke, followed by that freestyle to finish off with. It's super speedy, so you're looking for basically a 25-meter sprint in each of the 4 strokes, followed by a really fast turn, trying not to lose any momentum on those walls.
And also at this age, you're kind of figuring out which stroke is yours. And this is a great event to be able to figure, you know, what you're going to really put your time and effort into, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses.
Yeah, this is also such a great event for the kids to have a little bit of fun in, as it's only an event done in short course season. So you'll see a lot of athletes doing it. Most of them will obviously be able to complete it because it's short and sweet and enjoyable. As we come through to this freestyle leg, Harry McGraw in lane 4 has just been dominant all weekend. He's going to finish off in first, but not too far behind. You've got Alfred Hahn from MLC, and out in lane 2 for third.
And well done, Harry, taking a couple of seconds off his time there as well to get the gold. And then Shark in lane 3, a big punch into the air. He's excited. He's
Definitely
got the
happy with that swim.
Introducing the finalists for event 81, the girls' 12-year-old 100-metre individual medley. In lane 0, representing Bayside Swimming Club, Kazia Lockwood. In lane 1, from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. In lane 2, representing MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reid. In lane 3, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tiffany Miette. In lane 4, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Kira Jeffs. In lane 5, from St Leonard's College, Lucy Marr. In lane 6, representing Cheltenham Swimming, Madeline Harvey. In lane 7, from Bayside Swimming Club, Octavia Marnie. In lane 8, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion, Audriana David. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Lexan Zhao.
It was the boys, now it's the girls. The 100-metre IM, starting off with the butterfly. Looking beautiful in lane 4 just there. Nice start by Kira Jeffs. And here we go already. It's only 25 each. So into the backstroke. And so, Kalia, what do you think, which turn into what stroke is the most difficult or challenging?
I would say definitely this back to breast turn is where a lot of athletes will come unstuck. You have to make sure you really hit the wall hard. Any chance of gliding in is going to slow you down heaps. And in that breaststroke leg, it's so important to start with that momentum because it's very hard to build it within this lap.
And when you're 12 years old, there is a lot to learn and a lot to practice. It takes hours to get things right and you perfect things bit by bit. But the goal of what we've said at this age group is to have a lot of fun. And this is a very fun race.
This is such a fun race. These guys will be definitely smiling at the end, especially with how close this event is right now. Some of these girls having a great swim here.
So Kira Jeffs in 4, Lucy Marr in 5, and it's Kira out in front, 109.21, Lucy 109.96, followed there by Madeline Harvey in 6. And then Tiffany Miette in 3. Wow, they would be out of breath then. Skill and power. Awesome work, girls.
Medal presentation for event 79, the men's 100-metre breaststroke. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Daniel Cave. In second place and winner of the silver medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Joshua Senior. And in first place and winner of the gold medal, representing Western Melbourne Propulsion in a time of 59.78 seconds, Adam Selwood. Medal presentation for event 80, the boys' 12-year-old 100-metre individual medley. In third place and winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park Swimming, Ishaq Ismail. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Alfred Hahn. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal, representing Camberwell Grammar in a time of 1:06.91 seconds, Harry McCraw. Introducing the finalists for event 82, the men's 100-metre breaststroke multi-class. In lane 3, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Bradley Doolan. In lane 4, from Oasis Otters, Kelvin Tran. And in lane 5, from Geelong, is Ryan McGrain.
Alrighty. So the 100 breaststroke multi-class is underway here, and Bradley Doolan, Calvin Tran, Ryan McGrain. We've called these boys in a lot of events. They have a huge program often, these boys, and it just shows how fit they are.
Yeah, they've put a lot of hours in the pool, and also over a number of years. It's so exciting to see, you know, these athletes here at age. Brad's 29, Calvin's 24, Ryan's 31. So good to see in the pool. And
Yeah,
they've hit the 25-metre mark, and Calvin's just out in front here as they come to the 50.
I think if you're still swimming after the age of 25, it's a good sign. So
it must just be, you know, part of the lifestyle. There's a love that comes with swimming as well.
yeah,
Being part of a community, I know that, yeah, a lot of these athletes also here get the chance to go overseas. A lot of them were just in France only a couple of months ago. So some great experiences.
Yeah, I think Victoria's done a great job of exposing these guys to some great racing too. And coming in the wall now, so Calvin Tran on his last lap.
And so Calvin, S14 for his category with the breaststroke. Powering out in front. That's a nice big dip with his head, and he's pushing his arms forward. There's no slowing down as he comes to the wall just here.
1:28.17. So it's a 2-second PB for him there. It's a 1:30.6. So he's gone a lot quicker, which is great. And 1:33 from Ryan McGrain. He's also gone a second faster. And Brad Doolan's just gone a little bit over these time by about 2 seconds.
As you said, a big meet for these champions here in the pool today. So good on them. They've done super well.
Introducing the finalists for event 83, the women's 100-metre breaststroke multi-class. In lane 3, representing Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. In lane 4, also from Ballarat Gold, Anna Layton. In lane 5, representing MLC Aquatic, Ruby Halliday. And in lane 6, from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee.
That's a nice start. The girls taking to the pool just here, and it has been a big weekend for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, these athletes are backing up over and over again tonight with about 4 multi-class events on the program this evening.
And so just out in front here at the 25 metres from Ballarat Gold, we've got Anna Layton, the 23-year-old. Next to her is her teammate, Sarah Howe, in third podsy at the moment. Ruby Halliday from MLC, also 23 years of age.
Yeah, and I love that we spoke about just before having these older athletes in the field, but we've also got young athletes like Evie Lee at 13 years old in these events. So it's so great to see that we're getting them started early and they're sticking around in the sport.
And that's their halfway mark just there. Anna doing really well in lane 4. She's got her rhythm, she's got her stroke. Big, nice round kick. Hands are forward. And she will be turning very soon into her final 25 metres to capitalise on. Not far behind her. Neck and neck a little at the moment. Sarah Howe in 3 and Ruby Halliday in 5. And not too far behind, we've got Evie.
Yeah, so Anna looking really nice here. She's kept her stroke super consistent throughout this 100 breaststroke.
Yeah, she's looking nice and confident. Her focus is on the yellow wall ahead. She's on her own time. She's on her own race plan. Coming in 1:35.46. Just a little bit over her qualifying time, but a great effort nonetheless. Coming in next, 1:43.37. That is Ruby Halliday. Another good swim for her. Sarah Howe is in as well. And then Evie Lee. Big weekend for all of these girls. Amazing efforts. And also fantastic to have all their supporters here too.
Medal presentation for event 81, the girls' 12-year-old 100-metre individual medley. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Cheltenham Swimming, Madeline Harvey. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from St Leonard's College, Lucy Marr. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal representing Yarra Plenty Waves in a time of 1:09.21 seconds, Kira Jeffs. Medal presentation for event 82, the men's 100-metre breaststroke multi-class. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Oasis Otters, Calvin Tran. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Bradley Doolan. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal from Geelong Swimming in a time of 1:33.44 seconds, Ryan McGrain. Introducing the finalists for event 84, the women's 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0, representing Ballarat Gold, Zoe Schneider. In lane 1, from DVE Aquatic, Rihanna Chen. In lane 2, representing Melton Swimming Club, Manar Mahfouz. In lane 3, from Cheltenham Swimming, Mia Yao. In lane 4, representing MLC Aquatic, Isabella Osborne. In lane 5, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tamsin Cook. In lane 6, also from Melbourne Vic Centre, Yun Hui Kim. In lane 7, representing Nunawading Swimming, Dakota Mathers. In lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Anna O'Reilly. And in lane 9, representing Cheltenham Swimming, Gemma Holt.
And we're into the first lap of this women's 100 butterfly. Based off this morning's swims, this is going to be a really great race for these girls.
Yeah, I for some reason thought it was the 1500, and I was getting ready to start talking freestyle, but
not yet. We've got a speedy 100 fly.
I jumped ahead, sorry.
And out really fast there is Isabella Osborne in lane 4.
Yeah, kind of great
Only
turn.
16 years of age, 28.09.
Out fast.
She had a great long course season this year. Tamsin Cook backing it up from the freestyle before as well. Coming home nicely here in this last lap, but looks like Izzy's going to hang on and go sub the minute.
Oh,
so
close.
close.
You put the moz on it then.
I did, didn't I?
You went too early. You went the early crow. Don't go the early crow.
I'll apologise later.
Carly, if you're joining the commentary team, you're going to watch out for the early crows.
Great swim, girls. Well done.
Or sometimes go a less of a time, because then if they beat that time, it looks better for us.
Introducing the finalists for event 85, the women's 12 and over 1500 metre freestyle. In lane 1, representing Geelong Swimming Club, Zali Snyders. In lane 2, from Yarra Plenty Waves, Taylor Watson. In lane 3, representing Melbourne Swimming Club, Catherine Boyle. In lane 4, from MLC Aquatic, Mackenzie Hunter. In lane 5, representing Tiger Shark Swimming, Sojin Huang. In lane 6, from MLC Aquatic, Kira Walsh. In lane 7, representing Yarra Plenty Waves, Sarah Cartel. And in lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming, Mia Horskins.
All right, Kalia, it is time for the 1500 for
I
our
love
girls.
this event.
It's really a test of endurance, I'll tell you that much. Like, I don't think I've ever done a 1500. You, on the other hand, have done plenty of them.
I have done a few. I'm not doing any anytime soon, that's for sure.
What makes you want to do a 1500 or be in that category of athlete? Well,
I think for a lot of these athletes, the first time they completed this race was most likely at the request of their coach. There's not a lot of swimmers you'll find who actively seek this event. But what we look for as coaches in training is those athletes who are able to hold consistent times throughout training and just have those amazing aerobic capabilities.
yeah, stamina, resistance, have the mental toughness as well. Because, you know, look where they are now. They're all vying for those medals.
Yeah, and as you can see, like early on in this race, they're all going to stick together, but we will see this field separate a little bit. Hopefully the girls step it up. Sunday evening, a 1500 isn't probably the most exciting thing in your mind, but it's definitely going to be a really fun race to watch, and I'm interested to see what happens here. You've got a lot of these swimmers coming from an open water background. So we had Mackenzie Hunter in lane 4 competed at the National Open Water Championships earlier this year. So did Kira Walsh. Catherine Boyle's done a few as well, I believe. And then you've got some young guys in this, a couple of 15-year-olds and a 13-year-old out in these outside lanes too. So they'll be looking at dropping off a lot of time because I imagine they haven't done too many of these events.
Well, it is Taylor Watson in 2 and Mackenzie Hunter in 4 that have picked it up, along with Xiong Huang in lane 5. Now, the connection with open water, you were saying, do you think they've become open water athletes from this type of racing, or have they always sort of been born by the water and love that side of swimming as well?
Yeah, I think you kind of get a little combination of both. In Victoria, we see half of our open water athletes definitely come across from participation in those surf life-saving events. That leads them into the sort of open water racing, those 5Ks, and then even leading up to the 7.5 and 10s. And then the other side is from these pool swim events. So usually when they're younger, they might do a couple of 400s, the girls pushing out to that 8. And then if they show a little bit of talent or that courage, I think what we talked about is that mental toughness as well. Coaches get their hands on them, they go, here we go, and get that hard work into them, and you see them. It's been really nice for Victoria over the last few years developing our open water swimmers. It was particularly difficult over COVID the last couple, but we still managed to score a few medals at this year's National Open Water. So it just shows the growth that we've had in the last 5 years in these events.
Absolutely, and Mackenzie Hunter out in front. She's probably got almost 2 body lengths just here at the moment. Earlier on in the race, neck and neck at the moment. 2, Taylor Watson, and then in 5, we've got Xiao Jin Huang. And then just in 3 on the edge there on the tail is Catherine Boyle. But everyone's quite consistent. Everyone looks like they've got a bit of a pair of a buddy that they're sticking with at the moment.
Yeah, I'm really liking the way Mackenzie's looking in this race. She's not using the legs a lot, but they aren't sitting down too low. They're sitting nice and high. So sitting at the top of the water, she gives a little flutter of a kick as she comes out of that turn to maintain momentum, but really just looks relaxed and cruisy.
Yeah, and she's just gained a little bit more distance just there. And we were speaking about in the 800 earlier, Kaylee, is how you divide a race up.
Yeah, so the 1500 is particularly difficult. A lot of people opt to put it down to some 400s, so 3 400s, and then that last one is a 300, but it's like a real build 300 into everything you've got left. So I know for me it was always the 3 400s to get you through in some nice blocks. And then that last 300 is basically what we look at is almost like at training what we do is a 3 100s descent, so getting faster and faster each time, and that's what these girls will most likely be doing. They want to try and maintain consistency throughout this race and not expend too much energy at the start.
Yeah, pushing out in front, Mackenzie Hunter in 4. Just looking cool, calm and collected, as you said, not using too much of the legs at all there, but just nice, strong, consistent arms. Breathing on the right-hand side.
Yeah, stroke's looking really good. You can see she has that nice high elbow recovery. Some really textbook freestyle technique there.
And so with that high elbow, what is that allowing?
So basically it's meaning that you're taking a lot of pressure off the shoulders and really opening up through them to get those arms over. So you're not going to be expending as much energy. You're also keeping that shoulder in a much nicer position and less likely to do injury and harm.
And they are really going to be using those lap counters in this at the moment. They're up to the 41 mark here because so many turns in short course when you're in a 1500. Miles of them, in fact.
There absolutely are so many turns. These swimmers will be making sure that they're just focusing on hitting those tight streamlines, making sure they're not gliding too much into the wall and costing them precious time each time they turn around.
A little bit of a kick as they come off the wall. Still the same lead at the moment. Mackenzie Hunter in 4, gaining further distance out in front. Next in lane 5, Seo Jin just in front of Catherine Boyle. No apologies, that's Taylor Watson in 3, 2, and then Catherine Boyle in 3. Just at the end of that front pack just there.
Yeah, Taylor Watson having a really great swim here from out in lane 2. Coming into this race ranked 5th and sitting in 3rd currently.
That's good to see. And what about fueling? How have they prepared for this race to get their body in shape? And then, you know, the last efforts at the end. What did they eat for dinner, afternoon tea, or should we say, to get ready for tonight?
Yeah, so for this race, in the past, I think a lot of people have spoken about carbs and carb loading, but what we've found for our athletes is it's actually more beneficial to have a more well-rounded meal leading into these events. So making sure that they're maintaining protein and just keeping that balanced meal. Today they made sure that they haven't had anything that's going to sit in their stomach through the race, so nothing too heavy. There's nothing worse than trying to swim 1,500 metres and feeling sick.
You don't want the taste of that last meal in your mouth, that's for sure.
That is 100% accurate.
And how will they celebrate after the race is done? How do they recover from such a long race as well? What are you doing to help your body recover?
Yeah, so an event like this is going to take it out of these girls for probably a day or so, generally speaking. That's why at our international events, there's usually a day between the heats and finals in a race like a 1500. So they're going to make sure that after this race, once they've spoken to their coaches, they get in, they have a really nice swim down, and they have a really good meal full of like glycogen and really replenish all those things that they've lost throughout this race. Hydration will be huge after this one as well. It is quite stuffy and hot in here. So yeah, they're just making sure that they're ready to go, because for a lot of them, they might be lucky and have tomorrow morning off training, but most of them will be back in the pool tomorrow evening.
Learning from the race that they are swimming right here, I am sure. No rest for the wicked. But for all the people that support all of our swimmers, on behalf of our swimmers in our swimming community, I just want to give a big shout out and say thank you to all our parents and guardians and taxi drivers, as they might be classified as. Because we really couldn't have the competition and like our wonderful athletes doing what they do best without everyone. And that includes a lot of you watching tonight. So big, big thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Particularly in this race, you'll see at the end of the pool, those lap counters are all volunteers. So parents, family members, other swimmers are on the lanes, making sure that these guys know where they're up to throughout the whole race. Also a big shout out and a thank you to our technical referees and officials. We couldn't do it without your help. These guys volunteer their time as well. So we're super appreciative to have them on pool deck with us over these State Open Championships.
Yeah, it can't be, you know, a focus on individual athletes and performance, but really it's a whole team, as we're going to get super excited and pumped for our next races in our relays, but also our community as well. So if you take any awesome photos, or if you know that some of your athletes have taken photos, please share them with Swimming Victoria, who put on this wonderful event. For Instagram, we've got @swim_Vic. Give us a hashtag, give us a tag. We would love to see all your behind the scenes as well.
So these girls are just coming through past halfway here.
And so when you were racing and thinking about these
Many
girls...
years ago.
Still, very experience-based comments to be made here. What is going through your head now at this, you're almost 3/4 through the race? What are you telling yourself? Are you in repetition of a sentence or a motivational quote? What's happening?
Yeah, so you want to make sure before a 1500 that you've listened to your favourite song that you know all the lyrics to, so one line isn't just stuck in your head. But basically what's going through your mind, most of these athletes will probably have a cue, something that is really important to them. So it might be something like catch or length or just a little thing that they know might be a technique issue that they have throughout a longer race that falls into play, to make sure that they stay on top of that. You're also going to be making sure you know where you are. If there's someone near you, you're going to be having a really good crack at racing them. Past halfway, you're trying to start making your move, start pulling ahead, and just thinking about all the little things in the race. So making sure that your mind doesn't wander off too much, that you stay on top of it, especially for the likes of Mackenzie out here in front. She's got quite a distance between her and the next person, so she's really just racing herself and racing the clock. So she'll be trying to keep the pressure on and thinking about what she can do each lap to speed up a little bit or maintain that strength and composure.
Well, speaking of distance and space, we do have Mackenzie out in front. But looking at the pool now, I mean, because it's a short course, we're having a lot of movement, and then, eventually overlapping will happen as well. But she's only about 3 to 4 body lengths in front of Taylor Watson in 2, and that's a few lanes away for maybe her visuals mightn't be as far as that. What do you think about that distance within this race? Would you be worried if you were the leader out in front and there's someone 3 or 4 body lengths behind, or you still like, I've got this, I'm taking this home?
I feel like she'd be feeling pretty confident in herself at the moment. I wouldn't be too concerned. I think the gap is far enough that she's definitely not losing the lead in this race anytime soon. It'll be more about for her now is she's got her team on the side, the coaches giving the waves each lap, so making sure that she stays on pace and what her goal is for this race.
Absolutely. And we've got Timmy Roberts here with us as well. Tim, step on in. What are your thoughts of the race so far?
Well, we saw Mackenzie yesterday in the 800 lead from start to finish, and she looks like she's going to be doing the exact same thing here again. It's always hard, as we were saying before, in short course to see who's leading in the pack, so you'll be looking at those lap counters to really understand. And then I think you guys might have spoken a bit about too is the 1500s, breaking it down to 3500s. See Justin Bell there.
Well, no, we
actually
had a bit of a different division here.
3500s. That's
3 400s and a 3 100s descend.
Okay, it's different. I've always heard of the 3 500s.
Nah.
A bit different. Yeah, okay, different approaches. There
But
you go.
yeah, it is something that it's definitely individual to all athletes. So some of them might even look at it as an 800 off the bat, so sitting really comfortably for that first just past halfway, and then go into a bit more specific in the second half. It just really depends. I know for myself, I find those smaller breakdowns just makes it feel like it's going faster and you have more to think about. And plus 500 isn't really an event that we do, so breaking it into more races that you've done and you've completed before just made more sense to me for counting.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's a good way to put it. I think too, it's really important is the use of the legs, when you bring them in, when not. You don't use them too early, because when you use your legs, your heart rate does come up, and you want to try and keep your heart rate as low as possible, because you can work in a lower aerobic zone at an easier pace. It means you're going to fatigue as quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. These girls will be looking to make sure that their legs just stay nice and high, and they're really used just to keep them moving along through the water, rather than actually being the powerhouse of the stroke, the motor itself. Most of the energy and effort is coming from that upper body and maintaining stroke rate throughout. So that's the speed that their arms are going around each time.
And so with that as well, if they're using their upper body predominantly in the 1500 until the end when they, power on home and you can see the kick begin to come up and out of the water. We'll check that out a bit later. But what are they doing outside the pool for training and, building the body?
Yeah, a lot of aerobic work around like that lower heart rate stuff with stroke efficiency. Lots of kilometres. These guys do a lot of kilometres in the pool rather than the sprinters. So it's more distance at lower intensity is, I guess, a simple way to put it.
Yeah, I think for these longer distance guys, you're not seeing them quite in the gym as much as you would a more strength-based, power-based sprint athlete.
Yeah, more for stability and injury prevention there in the gym
if you look at what the likes of Australian Cam McAvoy's doing now with his training, focusing more on that 50 freestyle, he's spending a lot more time in the gym, really pushing weights. These girls are going to be doing a lot more work in the pool. So most of the majority of their training is going to be those longer aerobic sets. And they're going to be utilising those to make sure they know when they can bring in their kicks. So a lot of these girls will do big blocks of kick sets. So they have that confidence in bringing that kick in a little bit earlier each time. They'll probably do a race earlier in the season, but they have a bit of a play with that as well. So that's what our season is for. Those competitions coming into state championships is where you get the opportunity to test out different strategies, test out different ways of breaking down the race, whether it be 3 500s or not. And know when you're gonna
that one, isn't it?
Know when you are able to bring in that kick without overdoing it, and then absolutely coming a buster on that last 100.
Yeah, I think too, distance swimmers have a real different taper to sprinters. You know, sprinters really need a lot of time going into a big meet to be light and fresh because they've done so much more gym and heavy work. As these distance guys, the week of their taper, they're probably still doing a fair few kilometres in the pool because they've got to keep their fitness up. They can't just drop in and lose all their fitness that they've built up over the season.
These guys are most likely not going to see much taper at all. Their programs will not drop too much, maybe like a day or two of just freshening up, but you don't want to put that body into almost a shock. If they drop off too much, it sort of ends up being like, what are you doing to us?
A little bit flat almost. They become a little bit flat.
All right, and Mackenzie's getting the whistle now, which means she's up to her final 50 to swim in this 1500.
Yeah, well, she's led from start to finish, as we know.
Looks like it's going to be a nice drop in time here.
Now, her entry time is 17:00.
She's got 25 metres to go, and at 16:32 now. So she's going to come under that time of 17 minutes. I'm pretty confident about this one. I'm not going to put
don't
put the
go
on
the early
it.
crow here. Don't go the early crow like you did before. Let's see. 16:40. That is a great swim. So she's just got 12 seconds faster than her entry time, and she's gone well under 17 minutes. That's an elite swim.
She looks exhausted. What a great swim, though. Fabulous time from Mackenzie.
So over here, a couple of these guys coming up to their last 50.
In second, we've got lane 5 coming in here. Sia Jun Huang from Tiger Sharks. Their program at the moment producing some really good longer distance swimmers.
Yeah.
And she's done that with half a cap on her head, which is always an absolute challenge.
Well, it shows that you're going to keep going and push all the way through, even if your goals come off or you...
Those two girls in lanes 3 and 2, what a great race all the way onto the wall there from Catherine Boyle and Taylor Watson. Catherine taking the third in 17:22. But important to note, 17:23 for Taylor Watson is about a 30-second PB.
Well, I mentioned too over here in lane 8, Mia Hoskins has just taken off about 44 seconds.
So awesome efforts from these girls. There are some fabulous swims all around for your Sunday evening. As the excitement in the building starts to rise for what's going to be an exciting next event.
Zali Schneider's also took off, 26 seconds?
Yeah, and she was saying to me the other day, she was so nervous about this race because it was a long course converted time, so it made it faster for entry.
Yeah, okay, well,
and she didn't think she could do it, but she's gone well under it, so a great swim out there from Zali in lane 1.
So we're moving on to a bit of fun now.
Medal
the 4x1
presentation for event
relay.
83, the women's 100-metre breaststroke multi-class. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Ballarat Gold, Sarah Howe. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Ruby Halliday. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal, representing Ballarat Gold in a time of 1:35.46 seconds, Anna Layton. Medal presentation for event 84, the women's 100-metre butterfly. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Yun Hui Kim. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Vic Centre, Tamsin Cook. And in first place and winner of the gold medal from MLC Aquatic in a time of 1:00.01 seconds, Isabella Osborne.
Alrighty, bit of fun here, the 4x1 freestyle relay. Heat 1 of 2 now out. No team in lane
In the
4
water
here.
now is Heat 1 of event 86, the men's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In lane 0, Flyers Swim Team A. In lane 1, M1 Swimming Club A. In lane 2, Ivanhoe Swim A. In lane 3, CGGS Aquatic A. In lane 4, Melbourne Vic Centre B. In lane 5, Melbourne Swimming Club B. In lane 6, Melton Swimming Club A. In lane 7, Yarra Plenty Waves A. And in lane 8, Caulfield Aquatics A.
And so over here in lane 8, Caulfield, the young man here sort of great underwater and is blitzing the field here. This is going to be a fast first 100. So can Caulfield, I should say, hang on to this lead they've established.
2 heats in this final of the men's 400 freestyle relay.
If Laura Cartel from Melbourne Swimming Club is in the stands, could you please come and see us in the AOE room, please? Laura Cartel.
Alrighties, we're coming through now towards the 175 metre mark. We're almost at that halfway point, and still out there in front is Caulfield. So they may have their fastest 2 swimmers first, though. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hang on here in their second 2 100s.
Yeah, they had a great start with really good underwaters by their first swimmer that set them up really well. Their third one in the water now, the halfway mark here, and away they go. We've got Melbourne in lane 5. We've got Yarra Plenty in 7, and it's just exciting to see the vibe is lifted. Relays, team effort. They're getting all around it as well. So powering still, Caulfield.
And so, yep, Caulfield are going to need a big lead because they've got a younger lad up going last for him. I can see him behind the blocks. He's given away a fair bit of size, maybe about 40 kilos as well. So we'll see if he's got the nerves of steel to hang on to that lead. But also looking good now is Melbourne Swimming Club. So they're just starting to move through the field there in lane 5.
Yeah, we'll also be watching over in lane 1 as well.
And so it's going to be between Caulfield, Melbourne, and over wide there, M1.
Final swimmers. Here we go.
Yeah, this last leg looks like Melbourne is going to take the lead here. Don't forget about the team out in lane 1 from M1.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be hard to catch Melbourne here in this last 50. Increasing their lead with each stroke right now. M1 in second. And now in third is actually, it's CGGS. So they've come from nowhere. They've popped up into third. So being Heat 1, though, it's all about posting a time.
Yeah, so times from this race will come up against the times from Heat 2. 10 metres to go. Melbourne's going to hold on for a win in this first heat.
Let's see the time here, 3:39.2. It's a solid time under their entry time, so that's all you can ask for. As we move on now to Heat 2.
up on the blocks.
All right, here we go. The big boys are up in heat 2. Great start there.
In the water now is heat 2 of event 86, the men's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In lane 0, Melbourne Swimming Club A. Lane 2, Surrey Park Swimming Club A. Lane 3, Western Melbourne Propulsion A. Lane 4, Melbourne Vic Centre A. Lane 5, Nunawading Swimming Club A. Lane 6, MLC Aquatic A. Lane 7, Nunawading Swimming Club B. Lane 8, Surrey Park Swimming Club B. And Lane 9, MLC Aquatic B.
And while we be watching Propulsion at the moment out in front, first swimmer about to finish.
So it looks like Propulsion are going to lead us through the first 100, followed by Surrey Park. It looks like in second. No, sorry, it's MLC followed by Surrey Park.
I reckon, Tim, one of my favourite things to watch is in the relays when they're coming off the blocks. And what are you going to do with your arms to propel you? Everyone's got a different style, and it looks very cool. Be watching that at the next changeover.
You'll see a few guys now adopt a bit of the American style relay changeover with 1 foot behind the kicker, and they really launch into it. So you'll see a few guys here. And you can see the guy in lane 5 from Nunawading's about to do it when they come into this next changeover.
So Propulsion out in front by almost 2 body lengths here. Vic Centre chasing. Nunawading in 5 is up next, and Surrey Park right next door in lane 2. Keeping a watch on.
All right, look at that. So Propulsion have a substantial lead now by 2 seconds. So it is going to be very hard to catch them here.
Was a great underwater by the swimmer from Nunawading in lane 5 there off the start. But definitely over this distance, a hard lead to chase down.
Well, it's going to be hard to catch Propulsion from here. They've had a pretty strong meet, Propulsion. And Nunawading aren't going away. And Vic Centre are now starting to move through.
Making their move, absolutely. Don't forget about Surrey Park over there in lane 2 as well.
And so they've made up some ground here, Vic Centre and Nunawading. The question is, how much room have they got left in this last 100? There's not much room in a 100 short course.
No, but we are famous in Australia for our last legs of our relays. Kyle Chalmers, always a dominant performance, will chase down anything for that last 100. So it can be done.
Now, can these 2 boys reel in Propulsion in this last 50 here?
They're definitely making up ground. It's going to be a close finish.
You see the splash and the waves in the pool here. They are catching him. They are catching him. I'm just not sure there's enough time.
There's over a second between them. I don't think they're going to chase down Propulsion.
They are catching up, though. With each stroke, they come into the wall. Propulsion take it out.
Vic Centre second.
Yeah, Vic Centre got second in the end there.
Nunawading in 3rd.
That was great to see all the other swimmers that had just been in the pool and their teams up and about, high-fiving, looking at the score and their time. Congratulations to all our medal winners just here in the men's relays. We are up next with the women's. 2 heats to come. And so what do we think? Why do we love relays so much?
I think there's a lot of elements to relays that the athletes really get around, but mostly being such an individual sport when you're racing in swimming, it's just nice to get that team to come together and everyone be really supportive of each other. These guys all train together. They see each other every day for most of them, so they're people that you spend a lot of your life with, and they're always really close, and it's nice to be able to do something together and be successful as a group.
Heat 1 on the blocks.
In the water now is heat 1 of event 87, the women's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In lane 2, Ivanhoe Swim A. Lane 3, Western Melbourne Propulsion A. Lane 4, MLC Aquatic B. Lane 5, Yarra Plenty Waves A. Lane 6, Flyers Swim Team A. And Lane 7, Swimland Swim Club A.
Alrighty, so second last event, or the last event, second last heat, I should say. But heat 1 of 2 in the water now. And so, as we've seen over the past couple of days, it's all about posting a good time in heat 1, putting pressure on heat 2. The last thing you want going into heat 2 is seeing that some team in heat 1 has thrown out a monster time, and that you've got no idea how fast your pace off what they've done. And so, looks like Ivanhoe, is it? No, sorry, Propulsion leading us through that first 100.
And then MLC Aquatic and Yarra Plenty in 4 and 5 are on the chase down already. Let's see what our second swimmers' efforts can bring. Now, Kalia, as a coach,
Yes.
how would you be structuring your relay in terms of the strengths of your swimmers with speed?
Yeah, so there's a few ways that coaches go about structuring these relays. One of the more common ones we've seen recently is going fastest to slowest. So trying to kind of put yourself out there in that first leg and really separate from the group and bring a bit of fear into it, going, look, we are here and look what we're going to do. Another way of doing it that we quite often go for might be leaving still your fastest swimmer at the end of your relay as that anchor leg, and then having your second fastest one out in front. So still looking to try and push out early on and show a little bit of dominance in those first legs.
All right, third swimmer underway here. We've got MLC out in front, Propulsion in next, one body length behind.
These coaches really also have to know their athletes. You've got a lot of swimmers who might have a tendency of being able to really lift more if the race is close. So rather than putting them at the front of the race where they might do a good swim for them, they might know that they have a little bit more in the tank if it's close, and it's going to be the difference between a medal or not. So definitely going to be knowing your athletes and what they're capable of and where they should sit in one of these relays.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure all of our coaches have considered this. And also, it's been a very big weekend for these swimmers. Like, these are the final efforts after a big program.
Yeah, a lot of these girls and even the boys in the relays before will have had a massive program over the last 2 days, competing in multiple events in the morning and then backing it up with finals in the afternoon. So you have to consider how they'll be feeling into this race. Fortunately, those relays do inject such adrenaline and emotion into these athletes that you're at the point now, it's a 100 freestyle, you're going to die trying.
I love that. Well, let's see if any of them can break that 4-minute mark. They've just got, or maybe a bit of time spare, who knows. Propulsion, we're bringing it out in front, but now it is MLC Aquatic in lane 4, stretching that lead out even further with their final swimmer. It's time to turn it on, and as they said, they're leading. Bring that competitiveness, bring the power in, and here we go. Here come the legs from MLC.
Yeah, this MLC B team here has done really well. Looks like on the time on the board, they're going to be competitive with some of these teams in Heat 2. So you'll be keeping an eye on that one at 3:57.90. Good little battle here coming into the wall between Propulsion and Yarra Plenty.
Wow, MLC under the 4-minute mark. That is awesome. It smashes their time by a few seconds just there. Great to see that little battle in second and third as well. Propulsion getting that just at the end.
Yeah, some great efforts there by the girls. Well done. Which brings us to our final race of the evening. Heat 2 of this women's 4x100 freestyle relay. The girls are ready to go, looking very serious behind the blocks.
And so, Tim, when you're in a relay, you're about to start it off. What are the nerves like?
I think it's always pretty nervous when you're the person
In the
starting
water
the
now
team,
is our
'cause you want
final
the team
race
off
for
to a
this
really good
evening,
start.
Heat 2 of event 87, the women's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In lane 0, Melbourne Swimming Club B. Lane 1, Surrey Park Swimming B. Lane 2, Nunawading Swimming Club B. Lane 3, Melbourne Swimming Club A. Lane 4, Nunawading Swimming Club A. Lane 5, Melbourne Vic Centre A. Lane 6, Surrey Park Swimming A. Lane 7, MLC Aquatic A. Lane 8, Melton Swimming Club A. And Lane 9, Melbourne Vic Centre B.
Yeah, I think if you're diving in first, you want to get your team off to a good start. There's nothing worse than if you feel you put your team behind when you could have maybe given them an advantage. I think it's always, the most nervous is always going first and last, because everyone always remembers the first and last swimmer. I feel like people always sort of forget the middle two legs sometimes. You can sort of just consolidate a lead for the team and hold on to it if you're going in second and third. And then we always love seeing someone chase someone down in that last 100.
And here they go, our second swimmers. That is 100 metres done and dusted. And in front at the moment, we have Melbourne Vic Centre chasing them in second in 7, lane 7 that is.
Yeah.
MLC Aquatic again.
Yeah, so MLC always have really strong relay teams. They're always quite deep. And they seem to lift for relays, MLC. So they're going to push Nunawading and Vic Centre all the way through here. You'd hope in these last two 100s coming up.
I would think maybe...
underwater from Vic Centre there. So I'm not sure who that is. That might be, is it Giselle Davey possibly? She's from then. She was actually equal at the turn, and she just came up body length in front, just off the underwater.
I believe that's Tara Kinder in
Tara
there.
Kinder. It's hard we've got the
Melbourne
names
Vic
on the
Centre.
board.
With, some absolutely fabulous underwaters.
Yeah.
We saw those from her in the 100 freestyle earlier as well.
Well, you can just see that difference that it's already made for them. She's just given them the lead by body length, and that body length of a lead in a relay is so much off that relay changeover.
Yeah, at the moment, a great battle for second place here. Vic Centre looks pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when we come into this last leg.
So you can see, though, that Nunawading are still with them. They're within touching distance. They're within a second, and they are starting to catch them. So this will make for a really good last 100. MLC hanging on to third. And over there, Melbourne is still hanging on to fourth. Here you go. Now only 0.4 of a second separating them. And this could be about 0.2 to 0.1 of a second separating them about this last turn.
It's going to be a great last leg. Tamsin Cook in for Melbourne Vic Centre. Alicia Clark in there for Nunawading in lane 4.
Yeah, Tamsin Cook had a really good breakout. You saw her off those kicks just explode. Probably put half a body length on Nunawading just there.
Super speedy on those dolphin kicks underwater.
Pretty shallow off the turn.
Yeah, Clarkie had a great turn there.
Yeah. And here we go with 50 metres to swim. Looks like this will be Vic Centre's to lose here.
MLC seem comfortably in third now, but MSC just hanging on in there for fourth over in lane 3. As they come into the last 25 now, the girls are all standing at the end of the lane, bringing them in.
They're coming down, here they come. And it is Vic Centre, 3:44. That is a fast time. Yeah, it's about their entry time. Yeah, there you go. So it was Nunawading and then MLC. And coming in the ball, we have a bit of a battle over there in lanes 0 and 1 between Melbourne and Surrey Park, and Melbourne just touch them out. How good's that though? We've got, what, 7 teams, 8 teams under the 4 minutes, or 6 teams I should say.
Yeah, and that team, that MLCB team from Heat 1 is going to slot into 7th place there with that 3:57. So
valuable
great
points, valuable points going for them. So that concludes our final and fourth session of the 2023 Victorian State Open Championships here. Thank you for joining in. I'm Tim.
I'm Kalia.
And I'm Chelsea. It's been a blast of a weekend. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves as well.
And we'll see you guys all
Medal
in 2 weeks' time.
presentation for event
State
85,
age.
the women's 13 and over 1500 metre freestyle. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Catherine Boyle. In second place, the winner of the silver medal from Tiger Shark Swimming, Sojin Huang. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal from MLC Aquatic in a time of 16:48.12 seconds, Mackenzie Hunter. Medal presentation for event 86, the men's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In third place, the winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club. In second place, the winner of the silver medal, Melbourne Vic Centre. And in first place winner of the gold medal in a time of 3:18.19 seconds, Western Melbourne Propulsion. And our last result for this evening, event 87, the women's 4x100 metre freestyle relay. In third place, MLC Aquatic A. In second place with the silver medal, Nunawading Swimming Club A. And in first place, our gold medalists in a time of 3:44.18 seconds, Melbourne Vic Centre A. I now invite our technical officials to leave pool deck. Thank you everybody for coming along to the 2023 Vic Open Short Course Championships. We hope to see some of you back here in a couple of weeks for the Victorian Age Championships. Please have a good evening and drive home safely. Good night.